What up, pimps, and welcome back to the next episode of the Vinny podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, it's episode 3, and boy, oh boy, do I have a treat for you guys today. My special guest that is in the building. He's not in my building. I'm in my house. He's at his house. But AstroidmaniaVideos, aka Frank, is here. How's it going, Astroid?
Dude, it's going freaking amazing. And I just want to throw out there that, yeah, I don't think I'm in your house, dude. I'm a little bit far away. It's just a couple hundred miles.
To be honest, I wish you were here.
Oh, dude.
Really? You know, we haven't recorded something together in a very long time. I miss you. I feel a part of me is gone. And I was going to say, before we even started recording this is basically us just recording Soul Link without any gameplay whatsoever. We're basically just doing what we normally do. So I already know the chemistry is going to be there, and we're definitely not going to run out of things to talk about. So I am very excited for this podcast, and as you guys can see by the title, this is definitely going to be a Pokemon discussion. I figured, which guest should I have on? Which friend? Which person in my life? And I was like, yo, let's get Astroid in here because he's a little bit younger than me. We have a little bit of a different perspective, and we can talk about all things Pokemon. And we have a bunch of tweets that you guys sent in that we are going to get to later on in the podcast. Literally over like 200 tweets were sent in. So
shit.
Yeah.
Wait, dude, I forgot about all the questions that we got asked on Twitter.
Oh, dude, it's going to be amazing. When you said shit and wait, I thought something went wrong with your recording, and I was like, damn, that was a really good opening. We're going to have to scrap that, but we're not scrapping shit. And you know what? This is a podcast, so I can't yell. What's up, my guy?
Something didn't go wrong. I'm not recording my gameplay.
This fucking guy. This fucking guy. Yeah, but it's weird, right? Like, I'm just sitting here staring at the software that's recording my audio, just looking at all of the waveforms. Like, normally, you know, we got the face cam going. I got all my lights on. I'm literally sitting pretty much in the dark right now in my boxers. And I'm not going to lie to you guys. I was telling Astroid before we clicked the record button, I had a cheat meal tonight. And I completely forgot that tonight was the night that we were going to record the podcast. And I ate so much pasta. I don't feel very good. But the show must go on. So in the event that I have to run out of the room and go puke or go number 2 or something, you know, that might happen. But you know what? I'm going to fight through the pain. You know, you just got to fight through the pain sometimes.
Yeah, honestly, dude, if you manage to, like, shit in this podcast, I'm going to be very surprised because you literally just took a shit. Like,
you know what? Thank you for exposing me on episode 3 of my own podcast. But yes, before we recorded this, I did take a shit to ensure that I wouldn't have to shit later on. But
welcome to the Pokemon podcast.
Vinny podcast episode 3, shit talk with AstroidmaniaVideos. But actually, before we get into the Pokemon stuff, I literally just want to catch up with you because, you know, you guys might think that we're in calls all the time because we're besties and everything, but I haven't even talked to you on the phone since the last recording of Soul Link, so I just want to catch up. I know you recently had the prom. Tell me about that. How was everything with the prom? How's the last... No, you're a junior, so how's your last couple of weeks of junior year going? Talk to me, my friend.
Oh, dude, it's been absolutely nuts. I honestly... Wait, have we really not talked since...
We haven't been in the phone... in a call, whatever you want to say, since the last recording of Soul Link that we did. We've been talking in the DMs, but not with any voice, which is kind of crazy to think about, you know?
Dude, yeah, I mean, we're both, like, really, really busy, but...
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah, no, prom was freaking amazing, dude. Our school has opened to, like, all upperclassmen. I know some schools do just seniors, but our school does juniors and seniors, so we were able to go. I went with a whole, like, group of friends, and it was cool, man. Like, it was honestly much fancier than I expected it to be. I don't know what
it's like a gala. You clean up nice, by the way. I saw the pics. You were looking good in your little suit / tuxedo, whatever you were wearing. It was looking good, my guy.
Thanks, man. Yeah, no, I actually I matched my friend Connor, and I also matched Skylar's dress. So we had like a whole theme going on. It was
very
great.
Nice. I can never tell the difference between a suit and a tuxedo. Call me an idiot, but aren't they the same thing?
They're like more or less the same thing.
Right?
A suit... I think a suit doesn't have a vest. I think that's like the difference.
This guy, yo, you're a fashionista. But yeah, my high school, when I went to high school, back when the dinosaurs were still on the earth, back in my day, you know, fake laughs are fun. No, but seriously, when I was in high school, they only had a senior prom. I actually went my junior year because my friend Jenny asked me to go with her. And junior year was awesome because the next day I could just sleep in. Senior year of high school, at my high school, what they do is they make graduation the next day.
Oh, yeah.
So you literally go from, you know, being out all night with your friends to the next day sitting there in a cap and gown, super exhausted, but you know what? You got to do what you got to do. I can't believe you're going to be graduating high school next year. I'm actually graduating college in like a week. Literally a week from this podcast going up, I will be getting my diploma as a college graduate. How fucking crazy is that?
Dude, that is nuts. Congrats.
It's freaking me out a little bit, I'm not going to lie. Adulting is cool, but there's also a lot of aspects that I want to keep from my childhood. Speaking of which, Pokemon, wow.
Ooh, look at that segue.
Who is a professional podcast host? This fucking guy. All right, so when it comes to the Pokemon talk,
Yeah.
because I really wanted to just get right into it because we have so much to talk about when it comes to Pokemon. We both started in Kanto, ironically, if you guys didn't know this, but I started in Pokemon Red and Blue. Astroid, tell them where you started.
I started in Pokemon Leaf Green. I remember I got no, I think it was for my birthday or Christmas or something. I had the choice. My parents gave me the choice. They were like, yo, do you want a DS or do you want a Game Boy?
Ooh.
And your boy chose a Game Boy for some reason, even though the DS could play Game Boy games. I don't know why I chose the Game Boy, but I chose a Game Boy.
Respect, honestly, respect.
Yeah, no, it was nice. I actually still have it. It's a light blue Game Boy Advance SP.
Oh, dude, I love the SP so much. That was the first Game Boy. You want to talk about nostalgia? The first Game Boy that had a built-in backlight. Why did they never have backlights? I have no idea.
Dude, because, I don't know, lighting is expensive or something, so...
It might be.
Yeah, no, so then my papa, he ended up getting me a copy of Leaf Green for my birthday or whatever, and...
Best grandpa ever.
Oh, dude, yeah, he came through. That literally started my love for Pokemon. Like, that game started it all.
Dude, I have such amazing memories with Leaf Green and Fire Red. I remember when those games came out, too. Do you remember the accessory that they came with? That was the first time that you could trade wirelessly.
Yeah,
remember those adapters that would plug into the top of the Game Boy?
Yeah. Wait, are you talking about a link cable or are you talking about the wireless?
No. So link cable is what you would use before this was invented. So the link cable, obviously, you would use to trade, but then they made these things that would plug into the top of the SP, and it would wirelessly connect to the other person that had it, and then you guys could trade or do whatever. You know what I'm saying? It was the first wireless way to trade before it was built into the devices themselves. I'm almost positive about that. And that was like one of the craziest things. They were marketing them on the box and everything. Do you know what I'm talking about? That little, I can't really describe the shape.
Yeah, no, I think I know what you're talking about, but I never had one myself. I think like maybe my friend had one, or I don't know.
Oh my god. I remember though, man, Fire Red and Leaf Green was everything that I loved about Red and Blue, just with the brand new graphics. I remember I literally did not put that game down when I got it. I beat the game super quick. I was in love with that game, but I don't know what it is. I guess it's a nostalgia factor. To me, Red and Blue, I know my name's Original 151. I know you guys obviously know I'm a Gen 1er. Call me what you like. I just love Pokemon Red and Blue. They will always probably be my favorite games in the franchise, but your favorite game is not Leaf Green, right?
No, yeah, you see, my favorite game changes a lot, but the one I always keep coming back to is Pokemon Black and White.
Really? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, because the whole thing with me is, like, for me, Black and White is more nostalgic than Leaf Green was, because even though I invested a lot more time into I invested a lot more time into Leaf Green before I obviously got my hands on Black and White. Leaf Green, for me, I got it at such an early age to where I didn't quite understand it.
Yeah, for sure. I completely get where you're coming from. That's what I would do with Red and Blue. I wouldn't even read dialogue most of the time. I would just mash the A button and try to get through the game as fast as possible, you know?
Dude, my first Pokemon was a Charmander named AAAAA because I didn't understand how the nickname system worked.
Dude, I didn't even nickname my Pokemon. I didn't start nicknaming Pokemon until I made a YouTube channel. And I know when I tell people that, they're like, what the hell? You never nicknamed your Pokemon? Every Pokemon had their default name, and every Pokemon on my team had HMs. I don't understand why I used to do this when I was a kid, but if you know what? I probably still have my Pokemon Blue copy, my original Pokemon Blue copy. I guarantee if you boot that up, every Pokemon on my team, first of all, will be level 100 because I'm a fucking beast. Second of all, they will all have HMs, every single one of them, because I was like, oh, these are like TMs that they never disappear, so let's keep using them. You got to use what you got, you know?
Yeah, no, actually, speaking of HMs, my brother, back when we were playing like Gen 4 and he was super into Pokemon, he had an Infernape, and this man literally it was level 70. It had the moveset of Rock Smash, Cut, Ember, and Strength.
That was me, bro. I didn't understand the differences between moves. I didn't understand, I still don't understand typing, so you can freaking imagine how shitty. How old was I when these games came out? Oh my, I was very, very little when I started playing, but a picture of mini Vinny, okay, that Ron Poet didn't even know it, trying to figure out typing Kids not even reading the freaking dialogue, trying to get through this game. And back then, you couldn't look shit up on the internet. You had to use the Game Informer. I don't even think you know the days of using a magazine to look up what you're supposed to do in certain games. Because when you were growing up, you could just go right to the internet every single time, right?
Oh,
because there's not a huge gap between our age, but I feel like there's a big enough gap where the shift was from my generation, a little bit older than me, would use like the magazines that you would get from GameStop and stuff, but your generation would use straight up internet. Is that accurate?
I mean, I don't actually know, because I didn't really have access to the internet per se until I got my laptop, which was like I know that was after I got invested into Pokemon. So I feel like there was a period of time for me where I couldn't rely on the internet, and I do remember going back through some magazines, but like it wasn't like a super common thing, you know?
Yeah, for sure. I remember like in Gen 3, for example, when you would try to figure out what to do to get the Reggies. I believe that's the complicated thing at the end game, right? Where you have to try to find each Reggie and you have to do all those puzzles. You would never figure that shit out on your own. You gotta go catch a Relicanth, put the fucking thing in the front of your party, use Flash after taking 5 steps. Like, do you know what I'm talking about? That shit. Yeah. You would never figure that out without either the internet or a Game Informer of some sort. That's what the magazine was called, right? Game Informer? Or am I just making that up?
No, you're not making that up, because I actually still get Game Informers to this day.
They still make them?
Yeah, no, I think my dad like signed up for it, and now we get shipped them, and I look at them occasionally, and they're pretty cool. They cover like a lot of like it might not even be this. I mean, I would assume it's the same Game Informer, but I don't really know. It basically is just like a cover of like all the recent gaming news.
Yeah.
Like
I just hate fucking reading. Straight up, dude, I fucking hate reading. It's probably one of the reasons why I'll never get into comic books. This is like a random segue transition, but I love comic book movies, but I feel like even though it's not a lot of reading, I feel like I couldn't get into comic books. I mean, I never gave it a try, but I do not like to read. The only book that I've ever read in my entire life for like recreational purposes was the Eminem biography, Eminem the Way I Am, it was called. It came out, I believe, 2009. I read that shit front to back. Awesome experience. Do you like to read? I know we're talking about books now, but wherever the fuck this goes, it goes, to be honest with you.
Yeah, no, I prefer like I'm not like super into comics, but I do prefer like the, you know, more graphic novel kind of stuff. But I was like super invested into reading as a kid. Like back in elementary school, I used to binge like Harry Potter books like that, dude.
I've never seen any of the movies or read any of the books. I know. People are always throwing Harry Potter references at me, and I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. All I know is I'm a Hufflepuff. I took the test. I'm a Hufflepuff, or I would be a Hufflepuff, or be in the household of the Hufflepuff. I don't know what the proper terms are here. Do you know what you are?
Yeah, no, you would just be a Hufflepuff.
I'm a Hufflepuff. Represent, motherfucking Hufflepuff.
Yeah, no, Harry Potter is amazing, dude. I do highly recommend Harry Potter. And like honestly, just watch the movies. Like, you know, you don't have to read the books, even though the books are freaking amazing. Are they that good? I
feel like they have to be that good considering it's such a successful franchise.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you looked at them objectively, maybe they're not like the best movies in the world, but like for the most part, they're super entertaining and they're really fun. Like, yeah.
For sure. Now,
so anyways, Pokemon.
I was literally just about to say, I was thinking to myself, how the fuck am I going to segue this back to Pokemon? I was about to just be like, all right, fuck it, so Pokemon. No, but you were talking, listen, I'm still new at this whole podcast thing, all right? But seriously though, I really do prefer the format of like open talking. Like, literally, we went from talking to prom to Pokemon to fucking comic books and reading and shit. Like, that's what I love, the organic conversation, because what it does for the viewer, you're not just listening to one particular topic. Like, wherever the conversation goes, it goes. I just dropped my fucking pen. I was having fun playing with that while I was talking. Maybe I'll pick it up. Who knows?
Good job.
But anyway, yeah, literally, wherever the conversation goes, it goes. I just love that open format. But yeah, seriously, talking about Black and White being your favorite games, what exactly about those games do you love the most? Is it just a nostalgia thing? Is there a particular thing in the story? Is it the characters? I'll tell you when you're done what I love most about Black and White. I think you could figure it out, honestly.
Yeah, no, I mean, nostalgia is a big thing because definitely Black and White was like a majority of my childhood. Like, Pokemon Pearl was actually the first game I beat. Leaf Green was the first game I ever got, and then Black and White was like the first game I got like super invested into. Oh, so you
never finished Leaf Green and Fire Red?
I never finished Leaf Green or Fire Red.
Do you remember what point you got up to? What point was little Astroid like, fuck this, I hate this game, I'm moving on? I need to know.
I think it was I don't know, it was like the second or third gym, right? And I
Oh
remember,
my god, you scrub!
yeah, no, I was a total scrub because I couldn't read, dude. I didn't understand half of it. But no, I just remember my team was literally my Charizard. I'm talking third gym. I had a level 37 Charizard.
That's that's awesome. That's what I do in all my Nuzlocks now. I just train up one Pokemon.
Yeah,
Facts.
so my Charizard was just broken as shit, but then I also had like a lower leveled Venomoth and a Pikachu. So I mean, it
seems like
was
a
good
well balanced team to me, to be honest with you, my guy.
Nice and powerful level 10 Pikachu. Oh yeah.
Dude, Pikachu. Oh my god, speaking of Pikachu, did you hear about this? What the fuck is his name? There was apparently going to be a third evolution to Pikachu.
Wait,
Please
what?
tell me you heard. You didn't hear about this?
Well, the third evolution is Raichu, dude, because it's Pichu.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot about Pichu. It would have been a fourth Well, here's the thing. It's technically would have been a third evolution because Pichu didn't exist till Gen 2. In Gen 1, though, originally they were going to have Pikachu, Raichu, and I believe his name was Gorochu. Let me really quickly. I'm literally going to look this up while we're talking. I can't believe you didn't hear about this, dude.
I feel like you're pulling my leg, dude.
No, dude, I swear to God, it's been all over the internet. His name was supposed to be Gorochu, and that was going to be the third evolution in Gen 1 for Pikachu. And right now, like, all these artists online are making fan art of what Gorochu would have looked like. You got to check it out after the podcast, or if you can look it up right now. It looks absolutely amazing.
Wait, was this like a new thing that they announced, or like?
I don't know the exact details of how this information was released, but it came out recently that they were originally planning to make that third evolution for Pikachu at the time. Obviously, now it would be the fourth evolution because Pichu was introduced after, but it was literally going to be Pikachu, Raichu, Gorochu. How fucking sick. I'm really hoping that Nintendo sees how hype everybody is getting over this whole Gorochu thing, and in the next game, in Gen 8, they're like, yo, here's fucking Gorochu. That would be sick.
That would be sick. I'm looking at an article right now.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you, this was like a big thing this week and last week. I know a lot of you guys heard of it. If you did hear about it, let us know what you think in the comments down below about Gorochu. And if you didn't hear about it, just do a simple Google search for Gorochu and you will see exactly what we're talking about. It looked absolutely amazing. And I love the fact about... I think Raichu is so underrated because obviously Pikachu gets all the love because Pikachu's the mascot, but Raichu is fucking awesome.
Yeah, no, Raichu's sick. And do you like his Alolan form?
Yes, I do prefer original Raichu. I don't know what it is. I feel like the Alolan form is too like cute and cuddly, where the regular form of Raichu is a little bit more badass and like rugged. But I do like the Alolan. I like all the Alola forms, honestly. I thought they did a really good job in Sun and Moon when it came to the Alolan forms for sure.
Yeah, it was super cool how they mixed things up and like kept things fresh without just like adding more megas. You know, it was kind of interesting.
Where would you rank Sun and Moon in your top, let's say top 5 games? Where would it be? I'll tell you right now, it's nowhere near my top 5. I know people get crazy when I say that. I had a good time streaming Sun and Moon for sure, but comparatively speaking to the other games, I just felt it was so slow. The story was cool. I know you're going to talk about the story in more detail because you love the story, but it to me, the Pokemon game should be getting faster, not slower. And it seems like if you play Red and Blue, the first game, or the first games, there's 2 of them, and then you go to Sun and Moon, it literally feels so much slower. It's unbelievable how much slower it is.
Yeah, no, Sun and Moon for me, I really liked the changes they made, and I really like the Pokemon, and I really, really like the story. The characters are all freaking amazing. But yeah, no, I totally agree about the pacing. It's so slow.
And the cutscenes, oh my god, I want to gouge my fucking eyes out how long they take.
You see, like, the first time you play it, I feel like the cutscenes are super cool, but, like...
That's true, yeah. No, I agree. The replay value, I don't think, is there, though, for those games.
No.
I don't think so.
No, I think Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon fixed a lot of those issues, but at the same time, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon is literally the same fucking game. Like, we're playing it right now.
I mean, the best way to look at that is it's essentially like Emerald to Ruby and Sapphire, or... Platinum to Diamond and Pearl, you know what I mean? So we were I feel like so many people in the community were let down from Ultra Sun and Moon, but we were expecting like a whole new adventure, a whole new game, and that kind of is how they marketed it a little bit, you know? It was kind of misleading. You kind of they made it seem like it was going to be something so much newer, when in reality it was like the same fucking game.
Yeah, no, they made it seem like it was less of an Emerald and more of a Black 2, White 2.
Yes, I agree. I remember me and you talking about that actually over the summer.
Yeah.
Yeah. No doubt.
No, so Sun and Moon is freaking amazing. I would probably say it's maybe in my top 3. Like I wouldn't put it. Yeah, no, I wouldn't put it as like when the game first dropped. I was it almost had my first slot. But then the more I think about it, Black and White for me it just has a really, really big space in my heart just because of the fact the characters I really like, the story. I really like a good story in a Pokemon game, and I know like Pokemon isn't known for story by any means. Like it's not breaking the mold, but it is like for a Pokemon game, it's nice to have a little bit of a story.
Oh no, I completely get where you're coming from. I mean, a story helps. It's not the bread and butter of the games, obviously, but if there's a good story, it definitely aids to the overall enjoyment of the game.
Yeah, like I like being able to get behind the villain's motives. Like N in Black and White was just so cool with how he was kind of an anti-hero.
Yeah, N was the shit. I love N's character. So awesome.
Yeah. And then also, I love just like the art style of Black and White. The region is super cool. It is pretty linear, but I think Black 2, White 2 fixed a lot of that. It's just, I choose Black and White over Black 2, White 2 just because of the fact that I grew up with Black and White. I actually skipped Black 2, White 2. I didn't play it until like 2 years ago.
Savage. See, you still haven't brought up the one thing that I love most about Black and White, and that's the fucking music.
Oh.
I mean, listen, I love Pokemon music, and so many games have so many great soundtracks, but the Black and White music, the Gen 5 battle music is so fucking good. The dun, 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 dun. I fucking love that song so much. When I was doing my Black randomized Nuzlocke, legit, I used to love just getting into battles just to listen to that shit while I was talking. I work out to that song sometimes, that regular battle music. It's so good. So good.
Dude, my favorite track in all of Pokemon comes from Black 2, White 2. It is Hugh's theme, but it's not the theme when you battle him. It's the theme when he walks up to you. I'm pretty sure it's called like the Encounter theme or something. That literally is my favorite song in all of Pokemon.
You know what song comes to mind when I think favorite songs? Gen 3. I don't remember the exact route. You guys could let me know in the comments, or Astroid, you might know, but it's a random route where it's like... Is that fucking song is so nostalgic for me. It's so great. Every time I hear it, it just makes me smile. It really does.
Is that the ash route, like the one with all the ash?
I don't think it's... I think it's a route early on. You guys will definitely know in the comments. Just write down the route. Let me know what route that is. I know you guys are going to know the second you hear it, because I literally mimicked it perfectly. But Gen 3 in general, all of the horn-based music, like when I remember when Oras got announced, everyone was doing the memes with the trumpets and the horns and everything, because that whole soundtrack really does... The special thing about that soundtrack really is the horns. It just they just sound so fucking incredible. I love Gen 3. What are some things about Gen 3 that you really enjoy? Or do you not enjoy Gen 3? Let's just talk about Gen 3 in general.
No, I really like Gen 3. There's not a Pokemon generation that I really dislike. I know a lot of people will say Gen 4 because I have ranted about certain aspects of Gen 4. Mm-hmm. And I don't hate Gen 4. I'm just going to throw this out there. I enjoy Gen 4, but there are some things that really bother me about it, like if you want to talk about slow, it's not slow in the same sense of Sun and Moon. Like Sun and Moon is slow from a pacing standpoint, but Diamond and Pearl just runs really slow. Like have you ever fought a Blissey in Diamond and Pearl?
Oh my god, it will take forever.
Yeah, no, that health bar goes down so slow. Like you literally sit there and just stare at it.
Well, don't the health... I feel like overall operation in that game is just slower. Like even if you're not fighting a Blissey, the health bars, the menu, everything, I feel like... Me and Dobbs were actually talking about that in the verses. We were like, what the fuck? Coming from Gen 3, this just feels super sluggish.
Yeah, no, I can't play Gen 4 without a speed up button.
Oh, dude, making my YouTube channel and learning about the speed up button with these Pokemon games, when you play on an actual handheld device, you're like, oh my god. Like, why don't they give an option for speed up button? And speaking of that, and then we can get back to talking about Gen 3, I was actually talking to Timestamp Dylan about this. Shout out to United Gamer. Woo. What I think the Pokemon Company should do, okay, and hear me out here. I think this is an amazing idea. I think they should take what we as a community have made so popular, that being randomizers and Nuzlocks, and I think they should release the next Pokemon game, Gen 8, with a regular new game option, or you could go to randomized option or randomized Nuzlocke option and just Nuzlocke option. Like, you could have all those different options to start your game. And if you literally click the Nuzlocke randomized option, everything will be randomized. It'll be a Nuzlocke mode. So literally, if you lose a Pokemon in battle, it'll straight up be dead. You cannot use it if you even wanted to.
Yeah. No, a lot of Pokemon fan games do that. I don't know if you've seen, but like Pokemon Uranium does it too. Like where if you select Nuzlocke mode, like you're literally locked into it. If a Pokemon dies, like it sucks to suck. You're not using it.
Yeah, but
you know?
I really think if a fan game can do it, the actual game can do it. I mean, I don't think they ever will do it personally because I think it just changes the formula way too much. But I think making Nuzlocks and randomizers mainstream, because if you think about it, this is what we know, what we love, and what we do. We know what randomized Nuzlocks are. When I talk to people at school and they're like, "Oh, you have a YouTube channel, you play Pokemon games," I'm like, "Yeah, have you ever heard of a Nuzlocke?" The common person that doesn't watch Pokemon content online doesn't know what a Nuzlocke is, has no idea what a randomizer is.
Yeah.
If the Pokemon Company released one trailer, Nuzlocke mode, and fucking showed all this shit where your Pokemon dies and it stays dead, and randomizer mode where literally your starter could be a Lugia, like whatever. I want a Lugia so bad. I think that would erupt Gen 8. Like I said, I don't think they'll do it, but I think that would be awesome if they did it.
I think they would have to like change the name of it. They'd have to like give it a name, like switch out the name for Nuzlocke and like give it a name that accurately describes what it is.
Yeah.
Like maybe, I mean, I don't really know a good name for it, but maybe call it like hard mode.
Yeah, even that, honestly, simple like that, because that's really what it is. It's a hard mode.
Yeah, like honestly, I feel like they got to describe it in the name itself more so than just having a trailer, because obviously not everyone's going to see that trailer, and they're trying to appeal to like a really wide audience.
I'm saying just from the first promotional material, do you know how fucking I can already picture everyone in the community doing reaction videos to that announcement. Like, let's say they'd made it hard mode, and then people are going to be like, it's basically a Nuzlocke, they're doing Nuzlocks! Like, people would flip the fuck out. And it's just such a fun way to play the game. It really does spice up the Pokemon genre. Not that it needs spicing up, but it would just be so cool to have that mode,
Mm-hmm. Do you remember when they announced battle royales and everyone was like, "Oh shit, it's basically a free for all"?
Exactly. That would be the same exact comparison type thing for sure.
Yes. So I feel like Game Freak, like they know what their community does, because I feel like the fact that there's a battle royale mode in the actual game proves that in itself. So I think it's a possibility, but they would definitely label it as like a hard mode and less of a Nuzlocke mode.
That would be so. Do you know where the term Nuzlocke even comes from?
I don't even know who made it, but I know
we do Nuzlocks all the time and we don't even know the history of it. I feel like I need to do a PowerPoint presentation on this shit just to figure it out. Like, what's the word? Derive? Where does it derive from?
I know some guy made it, and then like I don't know. I think the name just came from the Pokemon Nuzleaf, and because for whatever reason, maybe it was his favorite Pokemon. I don't know.
What a fucking legend!
Yeah, no, honestly, I'd be interested too to look up like the history of that.
Speaking of legends, your favorite legendary is Giratina, right?
Giratina and Rayquaza are kind of tied for me.
Yo, I know my boy. You know my favorite. If you get this wrong, I swear we're not doing a Soul Link ever again.
Dude, your favorite legendary is Mewtwo.
Yes! Dude,
how could I not know
nervous.
that?
No, I was so nervous that you were going to say Lugia, because a lot of people on my channel, like new viewers, they think that my favorite's Lugia because I always talk about how I want a Lugia, but Mewtwo will always be my favorite legendary. Speaking of Mewtwo, the fucking first movie, dude. Oh, I love it so much. I literally love it so much. The one piece of media that I can watch even to this day, if I need to cry, if I want a good cry, I go to that scene from Pokemon, the first movie. You already know where Ash Ketchum runs in the middle of Mew and Mewtwo, stop, and gets fucking blown up, turned to stone, and then Pikachu runs over, Pika-Pee, starts crying. The dugong, that's what the dugong sounds like. He starts crying. He's like, "Aah!" They all start crying, bro. I'm making it a comedy type thing now. I'm making light of the situation. When I watch that scene, no exaggeration, instant tears every single time.
Yeah, no, that movie, I feel like it's not my favorite Pokemon movie, but it is super nostalgic. Yeah, no, I'm sorry, crucify me.
What is your favorite Pokemon movie?
The Rise of Darkrai.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Yeah, no, that movie to me, first of all, is just super freaking epic. Like, I absolutely love the action. I love Darkrai in that movie.
How's the animation?
Dude, it's really good.
Nice.
But like the main reason why I like it, and I'll admit I have nostalgia goggles on. I used to always rent that movie from the library as a kid.
That's awesome.
And like every time we were at the library, me and my brother would always just go grab that movie because not only was it just a great movie, but also I have a history with that movie to where there was a point in time where I was scared of that movie. Like it is actually kind of a scary movie if you really think about it, especially for a kid. Like there's some moments in there where it gets pretty creepy, and it's a good movie. I enjoy it.
I was always scared of the Scooby-Doo live-action movie when I was a kid for whatever reason. I have no idea why. I just remember being terrified of that movie. I remember being particularly scared of Scrappy-Doo, the little dog. I don't remember why, which is ironic because I played Scrappy-Doo in a play later on in high school. I conquered my fears like Batman. But yo, speaking of renting stuff, like movies and whatnot, do you remember the Blockbuster days?
Dude, yes.
My boy, there was nothing more fun than Friday after school getting with all your friends, going to Blockbuster and deciding, yo, what the fuck are we going to watch tonight? Like, these kids today don't know the hype. And not even just getting a movie. There were games at Blockbuster that you could rent, like a PS2 game or a fucking GameCube game. You would go home, you'd play it. That shit would be scratched up beyond belief. You'd be blowing on it, trying to get it to work. Those were the days. Those were the fucking days.
That'll get rid of the scratches.
Dude, I would blow on anything. To this day, if shit doesn't work, I'm like, oh, shit. We're good. It works. We're good.
Dude, that's actually me too. I used to blow on GameCube cartridges, fucking or not GameCube disc, and then Game Boy cartridges, and like I'll even blow on just random like aux ports. Like I'll just
literally just getting dust off things apparently makes them run smoother. I mean, it makes sense. The dust, I guess, could interfere with whatever mechanizations are happening with the current device that you were trying to work with,
Yeah, but a Blockbuster for me, it was always like a me and my dad thing. Because like I never, like I wasn't at that age when Blockbuster was relevant. Like I wasn't at that age to where I could just go with friends. So it was always like me and my dad would go, and then he'd pick out a movie, and I'd just walk around and kind of look at stuff.
What's your favorite kind of movie? Like favorite genre?
I don't really have one.
I'll tell you right off the bat, I hate scary movies. I don't like horror. I don't like thriller. I don't like when my heart beats fast. Okay, my heart beats fast enough when I'm doing cardio. My favorite type of stuff is comedies, and I would say action movies. Definitely comedies, though, are my top. I love to fucking laugh. That's my favorite thing.
Yeah, no, I hate horror movies. That's one thing I can say for sure. I absolutely hate horror. Horror games, horror movies. I conquered my fears, and I did a haunted house last year. So that was pretty cool, and I actually enjoyed that.
I used to hate when friends would want to do that shit. Like, I would go because I didn't want to miss out. Like, I had that FOMO, the fear of missing out. So I was like, hey, y'all come to the haunted house. We're in the fucking cornfield. I'm sweating like a whore in church. I'm like, I want to get out of here. I don't fucking like this. This is not fun for me. Another, like, situation with that would be amusement parks and roller coasters. I hate roller coasters. Mm-hmm. So when I went to summer camp, we would go on these day trips to, like, all these amusement parks. And I would be the guy, you guys have heard this story before, but I would be the guy that just held everybody's shit. Oh, you're going on the ride, Lisa? All right, give me your fucking giant stuffed turtle, and I'll hold that while you go on the loopity-loopity roller coaster. That was my title. That was my job, and I fucking owned it.
Oh, yeah, that was totally me, too. I hate roller coasters, but actually last summer, it wasn't necessarily a roller coaster, but I conquered my fears of my fear of carnivals, because I also have that same sort of fear with carnival rides.
Well, I don't blame you. Those fucking things. Listen, if you like carnival rides, I respect you for enjoying them, but you gotta look at the craftsmanship of these rides.
Yeah.
They do not look fucking safe. Like, listen, like I said, if you like the carnival rides, do you, but be careful, guys, please, because there's a carnival that happens by my house all the time, like every year. It's an annual carnival thing by my local church, and there's this one ride, I feel like they have it at every fucking carnival, that literally just spins from the top to the bottom. It just keeps twisting and twisting and twisting. That shit looks like a bolt is going to come loose at any second and completely just lift that thing off the ground and smash into the church. Okay, it does not look like a safe ride by any means.
Yeah, no, I mean, I still have my limits. Like, I won't go upside down.
Yeah, fuck that. Fuck that.
Fuck, especially not, like, I went upside down on a roller coaster once at Six Flags, and I hated it, but like, that was okay because it was at Six Flags. I would never do it at a carnival.
See, I like the teacup ride. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, no, dude, the Tilt-A-Whirl.
The Tilt-A-Whirl? Can you be more specific? I don't really know what this is.
It's like the teacups, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you're in these, like, carts, and it goes up and down, and then you have you have to spin it using your own weight, your momentum. It's actually my favorite ride.
That sounds pretty similar to the teacup thing, because I know they're not always teacups. Like, sometimes they'll look like dinosaurs, but it's the same premise. You sit in a circle with your friends and your family, and you spin that center wheel, and the faster you spin it, the faster the teacup or whatever it is that you're sitting in the dinosaur spins. Those are fun. I like
Yeah. The tilt-a-whirl isn't quite like that. It's more like there's no wheel in the center. It's more so you have to like lean, and then you go over like there's little hills, and then you just kind of. It's hard to explain.
I do like those simulation rides at like Universal. Have you ever been to Universal or Disneyland?
Yeah, no, I've been to Disney World a few times.
Universal has like a fun SpongeBob ride where you're essentially in a seat and they strap you in, and it goes only up and down and left and right, but you feel like you're going forward, but you're really not because of the screen and the dynamic.
Yeah.
Like the whole simulation aspect of it, and they blow bubbles in your face and they hit you with steam. Those are fun because I know I'm not moving besides my left and my right and my front and my back. I'm not doing a fucking loop-de-loop. I'm not gonna die. I feel very content with the simulation rides. Oh man, I was such a scaredy cat when I was younger. It's unbelievable. I still am, to be honest with you. I just don't like anything that I feel like I'm in danger.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's understandable. At Epcot in Disney World, there's a ride kind of like that where it's a simulation, except you're hang gliding. That ride is super cool because you have this huge projector screen, and then you're in like an actual hang glider, but it just kind of moves, and there's like
that's the same thing with the SpongeBob thing. It's the giant projector, and then you're just moving a little bit in your seat to get the added effect. But those rides are genius because it gives you the ride without the ride, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Speaking of circuses, I love carnivals or whatever we were talking about before. I do love the mirror rooms that those usually have.
Oh,
where the mirror maze where you walk around and you can't figure out where the fuck to go because there's just mirrors everywhere. That shit's fun. I enjoy those.
I like them as long as they're not haunted mirror mazes.
Facts. I also love the games at carnivals and circuses and stuff like that you could never fucking win, but they're fun to play anyway.
Dude,
where, you have to throw the ball in the basket that's hanging against the wall, and you physically cannot get the ball in the basket.
Yeah, those are such a ripoff. I never really do the games unless there's like a pet involved. Like if I can get a goldfish or like a hermit crab, I'm going for it.
So who's your favorite character from the Pokemon anime?
I was waiting for you to say the Pokemon. I was like, man, carnivals are cool.
Yo, honestly, I'm not trying to keep this on track. I'm just trying to think from a title thumbnail perspective. What the fuck am I calling this? It's really not a Pokemon talk. I mean, yeah, we're talking about Pokemon, but this is more of like straight up conversation with Astroid, which I'm loving, by the way. This is going great.
Yeah, no, I'm having an amazing time. You see, when you, because you told me about the podcast before you started doing it and you had the art and stuff, you described it as literally just this, like a conversation, like,
exactly.
I'm pretty sure you told me there were going to be no topics.
Yeah, I was thinking the more I do this, I have a feeling I'm not going to go topics based because here's my whole thought process on the podcast. I really admire the Joe Rogan podcast, and he has the best format, in my opinion, when it comes to podcasts. He'll have a guest on like you. So I'll be Joe, you'll be the guest, for example. And literally he just starts off by saying, "What's going on, man? How's it going?" And then they just start talking about whatever pops into their head, like we're doing now, going and talking about the carnivals, going to talk about movies, Blockbuster. Like, that's the most organic conversation, and to me, that's the best. So you know what? Fuck it. Let's just keep going wherever it goes. I feel like that will give the best entertainment to the people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's a really, really good idea. And like when you choose a topic, like it's kind of nice because you stay on track or whatever. But I feel like it's also kind of limiting.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, what's cool though is I do like the fact that we have a topic for people to send in questions, because at the end of the podcast, we're pretty much only going to talk about Pokemon. So if we talk about other things during this main part here, then that's fine with me. You know what I mean? Literally, like I said to you when I first pitched this idea, I was like, wherever the conversation goes, it goes. And especially when I have a guest like you on that we know we could fucking talk about kittens for 3 hours. Wherever the fuck it goes, and that's an awesome style. And guys, leave your feedback in the comments down below. What do you guys think? First of all, what do you think of this podcast, and what do you think about what we're talking about? Having a guest on, having one particular topic that we want to touch on, but wherever the conversation goes, it ultimately goes. Let us know what you think in the comments down below, because I know you guys have been following me on Twitter. Well, if you are following me on Twitter, then you know this podcast is like my fucking baby. Astroid will tell you this right now is, in my opinion, the most important thing that I'm working on. It's something that I really want to grow, and it's something that I want to get more and more people listening to. I love the fact that I can kick back, relax with a friend, or go lone wolf, whatever, and just talk about whatever, it's such an awesome platform that I'm really excited to see grow and prosper, and hopefully get a lot more listeners for sure.
Yeah, it's honestly really nice, like not having to focus on a game or
oh yeah, no doubt.
And not like having to worry about that kind of stuff. We're literally, and there's no cameras. Like I I'm talking as if I'm talking to a camera just because I'm really used to it. But like, we don't really have to worry about it. It's just talk about whatever we want and just have a good old time.
Yeah, a lot of people were asking me if I could bring face cam to the podcast, which I still might do. I'm still kind of on the fence about it, but you know what? Ultimately, I like the fact that this is a conversation that we would straight up normally have in a Skype call or in a Google Hangouts call, whatever the fuck. This is just being recorded. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's another thing that I like about not sticking to a particular topic, because it's just organic as fuck. Like, it feels like right now the people that are listening are just like flies on the wall. Not to call you guys flies, but you guys are majestic. You guys are hanging out with us. Let's say that.
You guys are beautiful flies.
Yeah, you guys are the most majestic, beautiful flies I've ever seen. But yeah, let's not call you guys flies. Let's just say we're all just in a room chilling, and you guys are listening to our conversation. And that's what the dope part is about podcasts. It's really like a very intimate setting, a very cool thing that you can go from topic to topic. But yo, you never answered my question. Who is your favorite character from the Pokemon anime? Like, I need to know this.
I didn't realize it was so important.
It's very important. Everything's important.
For
Life is important.
Okay, well, is it dumb? Is it super biased to just say Ash?
Of course not. But you have to provide a valid reason. I'm not just going to let you say Ash. You have to answer this with a complete sentence. We're in school now, biatch.
You're like, MLA format, 500 words. Okay, I mean, I'd probably say Ash just because he's the main character, you know, whatever. He has his moments where, like, basically the entirety of the Black and White anime, he was shit. Sun and Moon anime, I haven't really been keeping up with, but from what I've seen, he was super cool in X and Y. Really enjoyed him in X and Y. I don't know. He's just my childhood, dude, and he kind of grew up with me, even though he doesn't age. You know?
I feel like I'm supposed to answer this now, and I can't even give you an answer. I mean, I feel like, thinking really deep into this, I would say Ash.
Well, I mean,
straight up, I would say Ash too. I think a lot of people would say Ash, right? I mean, let's say, okay, let's take Ash out of it. You had to pick another character besides Ash to be your favorite. I say Brock.
Okay,
no
that's
copies,
fair.
no copycats.
You know, I wasn't. I mean, Brock is super cool. I love Brock, but
he
I
can
wasn't.
cook. He's smooth with the ladies.
Oh, he's smooth as butter.
I'm pretty sure he never opens his eyes. That's also a cool thing.
Yeah, he's just always in the dark.
Do you remember the one episode where he opened his eyes? Do you know that meme that always goes around where Brock's like piercing his eyes open?
Yeah, no, I dude, that's wild.
Creepy as fuck. Creepy as fuck.
The first character that comes to mind is, you probably don't even know the character, but Alon from XY and XYZ. He was like...
Do you really think I know fucking Alon? Who the fuck is that guy?
Yeah, I know. I literally, I didn't expect you to know. He was like a part of the Mega Evolution kind of saga, but he was like a super cool dude. Like, he was like, he had a freaking Mega Charizard X. Like, he was cool, right?
I respect him. I respect him just from that. Oh wait, Alon.
Yeah,
you talking about my homeboy Alan? Isn't that how you're supposed to say it, Alan?
No, it's Alon.
Oh, I know this guy. I just Googled him. I'm literally Googling as we're having this conversation. No, this is Alan. His name's not Alon.
No, it is Alon.
Is that how they really say it? Is it Alon?
I'm like 99% sure, yeah.
First of all, I love his scarf. It looks like he's wearing a swablu around his neck. It's
dude,
fucking
his
lit.
Scarf defies gravity. I love it.
It's fucking fantastic, dude.
But if I didn't say Alon, I mean, like, May is super cool.
Ah, yeah, and Max, that little squirt, that little booger.
Yeah.
You gotta love Max. I also love Tracy. I feel like he was a weird character, but he was cool. Like, he had his little premise. He was the sketch artist. That was dope.
Brock was better.
Yeah, no, I agree. Brock was better, but Tracy was pretty cool. I also thought, I think Blaine is such a badass.
Yeah, no, Blaine, honestly, I didn't expect you to say that. Blaine's kind of an obscure one, but yeah.
I just love the episodes in particular where Charizard's being a dick to Ash, won't battle for Ash, the volcano is erupting, and all the Pokemon have to throw, the rocks to stop the lava, right?
Yeah.
And then finally, Magmar's getting into it, Charizard starts getting into it, and Ash is like, all right, Pikachu, you ready for this battle? Terrible Ash, but I'm working on it. Terrible Ash. I need to enunciate. Anyway, he's like, let's go, Pikachu. Let's fucking do it, man. Yeah, and then all you hear is a stomp, boom, and Charizard's like, I got this. He obviously doesn't talk, but he shakes his finger, and you guys can't see me shaking my finger. And then Charizard seismic tosses Magmar. Can we just take a minute? Can we take a minute?
I had like 4 episodes of the original anime on VHS, and I used to watch them on repeat.
Yes.
Do you remember the episode with the Kangaskhan and the little baby that like basically grew up with the Kangaskhan?
I feel like I know what you're talking about, but I can't quite pinpoint it.
Yeah, no, basically, and there was like the big robot Kangaskhan that Team Rocket made.
Yes. Yeah. That was great.
That episode, and then also the episode where they had the big Pokemon race, where like it was Rapidash.
Oh my god, yes. And he kept burning Ash, then finally he was like, I trust you, get on my back.
Yeah, no.
This dialogue never happened, for the record. I'm just improvising here. It's awesome.
Get on my back.
Get on my back, Ash. Let's fucking do this race. All right, bitch. And he jumped on. He was ready to go. That's what happened in the deleted scene, obviously.
Oh yeah. That's the behind the scenes.
But dude, one of my favorite episodes too was the one where they get to that island and all the Blastoise and War Turtles won't come out of their shells, and you find out that there's a Jigglypuff lodged in one of the Blastoise's cannons.
Yeah.
Do you remember that one? Oh, that was such a great episode. Remember the fusion one where the Pokemon were like fused? It was like a Charizard, Venusaur, Blastoise fusion.
It sounds familiar, but
the entire Indigo League, like, what's the word I'm looking for? That entire part of the anime was just fucking awesome. I love the early Pokemon anime. And again, call me a Gen 1er. I just felt like that was I haven't given the new stuff a watch, to be honest with you. Have you seen any of the new anime stuff? I just hated that they changed Ash's voice. I'm one of those guys. I'm like, I can't get on board with the new voice actor. I just can't.
Wait, there's a new voice actor?
Yeah,
what, hasn't it always been Veronica Taylor?
They changed, I think, the entire cast.
Dude.
Like the original Jesse James, Meowth, Ash, they're all different. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. Please correct me if I'm wrong. But I'm almost certain at a certain point in the series, they completely changed everybody's voices. Ash, I know for a fact, is different. Ash is not the same.
Yeah, I mean, like, the voice actor for Ash, like, I could tell the voice is different, but I thought that was just because, like, she's growing up or whatever.
And see, I'm not hating on the new voice actors. They're great. They're talented. For me, growing up, listening to those voices, and then you get the new voices, it's never the same. That would be like if in the Dragon Ball Super English dub that they're making right now, if they got all new voice actors, you would be like, oh my god, this is very different. You know, imagine Goku with a completely different voice than we know now. It's like Sean Schemmel is Goku. Keep him as Goku. You know what I'm saying? That's the tricky thing about the voice actors, for sure. Because it's the same show. It's just you don't connect with the character if you don't remember that voice, you know? If that makes any sense. Let us know what you think about that.
You see, that never really bothered me, but like the last time I got invested into the Pokemon anime was when Pokemon X, Y, and Z was happening. That right there, like that season for me really... It really did a lot. Like, I loved Ash in that season just because of the fact that he was much more mature and, like, he was such a better battler and his team was freaking nuts. Like, I loved that whole arc with him. And then also, like, there was Serena. And Serena's not my, like, favorite companion Ash has had, but she's pretty cool because they have, like, kind of like this romantic thing going on throughout the season.
Is he still 10? What's the deal with all the theories that he doesn't age? Do you have any more information on this than I do? Because what's the deal? Do you think he's not aging? Do you think he is aging? Do we know how old he is? What's the story?
The last time they brought up his age was like the first episode of Black and White, and they said he was 10. So
this motherfucker drank from the fountain of youth.
Yeah, no, he's literally Peter Pan.
That's crazy. I wonder why they never addressed that. I wonder why.
Probably because, like, I feel like Pokemon has its mindset, like, just the company in general, whether it's the games or it's the anime, I feel like they have their mindset on just always making the series, like, super accessible for, like, new audiences.
For sure.
Because you gotta think, like, kids are coming into the world not having experienced, like, generations 1, 2, 3, and 4, and are now growing up with Sun and Moon. That's why I feel like the tutorial in Sun and Moon is so freaking long, because they know there's a lot of new players out there.
You know what would be cool, though? I know they'll never do this, but what if we got a mature Pokemon story/game? Meaning we see Ash when he's like 25, and maybe he has a family, and he has a son, and, you know, like, just a mature story that can be told, because the fan base is there. Look at us. I mean, not so much you, because you're younger. Even I'm young, but someone like my cousin's age who's 24, who grew up with Red and Blue and played those games, and, you know, like I feel the market is there for a mature Pokemon story. Obviously, that would quote unquote, like put a stain on the brand that they're trying to keep it kid friendly for all ages. But I would be ecstatic if they made, like, not saying that it has to be like dirty or curse or stuff like that, but just make it a more mature story for the fans that are older now that stuck with the series the entire time. I think that would be sick.
Oh, dude, I would love to see a more mature story, whether it's in the games or the anime. And do you remember one of my favorite things that Pokemon has ever done to this day is Pokemon, wow, I just forgot the name.
There you go. Nice.
Oof, it was the YouTube show that they had.
Oh my god, I know what you're talking about. The Generations.
Was
right?
Is that what it was
Pokemon
called?
The Generations? Hold on.
I think it was Generations, yeah.
I'm going to look it up. I'm almost certain it was Pokemon Generations. Generation! Hold on. YouTube, why can't you load, bro? Come on.
But yeah, no, I absolutely love, like, I used to, when that was coming out.
Pokemon Generations, exactly. Episode 1, there's a bunch of episodes.
Yeah, like, that entire show.
Sick.
That's what I wish the anime was.
Yeah. I agree. That was awesome.
Yeah, it's much more based in the games, and it's much more mature, and there's, like, it's beautiful. It's actually beautiful. I used to always be, like, looking forward to when those episodes would drop. I remember I'd watch them at lunch at school.
Yeah, no, that was definitely a hype thing when it was released, but I immediately think of, look at the comparison from this perspective. Dragon Ball, right? You had almost 200 episodes or so of Goku as a kid, and you fall in love with this character, and then eventually in Dragon Ball, Goku's a teenager, then you go to Dragon Ball Z, and he has a son, and they continue the story. What if they didn't want to get so invested to doing a whole series? What if they just did a movie of Ash at like 25 or 30? I want to see, like, who would Ash end up with? Of a character that we know. What would the kid be, a boy or a girl? What would the name of the child be? Would the child want to be a Pokemon master? At that point, would Ash have gotten every gym badge, beat the Elite Four? Like, there's so much shit that they can do in a 2-hour movie that I would personally, like, I would be ecstatic to see something like that, straight up.
It'd be super cool, but it would also be kind of sad because, like, if he did get every single gym badge and he finally obtained Pokemon Master, like, that's the end of his storyline,
But what if they made him like the Elite Four final champion and his son had to battle him? Oh, dude!
So they could kind of pull, like, Naruto, how
I've never seen it. I'm so sorry.
Okay, but like have you heard of Boruto?
Sounds familiar, but not quite positive what you're talking about.
Okay, well, so long story short, right? Naruto went on forever, right? And then Naruto had a son, and then his name was Boruto, and then he literally got his, like, whole new show. They just continued it with Boruto.
That's cool. Was it successful though? Because I've never really I've heard of Boruto. I feel like I've heard of it, but I didn't know it was an actual show. I thought it was just a character on the show.
Yeah, no, it's its own show. I don't know how successful it's been. I mean, I don't think it'll reach Naruto's success, but it is kind of cool because, like, Naruto's still in the show. He's just the father.
Have you ever watched Yu-Gi-Oh! GX?
I have not.
Oh my god, dude, the theme song, Game On, get your game on. I want you to listen to that. I'm going to send you a link right when the podcast is over. Dude, fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! GX is so good. And I love have you ever watched the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime?
You see, I used to watch it, like,
don't disappoint me and the rest of the family right now.
No, I'm sorry. Like, I just never got invested into it. Like, I've seen episodes, but I just haven't, like, I wasn't, like, into it. It was always like, well, Pokemon's not on, so click.
Damn, son. Yo, I love Yu-Gi-Oh! My top 3 anime, and I say this all the time, I'm such a noob when it comes to anime, but
oh yeah,
definitely Dragon Ball Z, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, and Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon, they go like neck and neck sometimes when it comes just to anime, but I have a lot more nostalgia with Pokemon, so I give that the upper hand. But the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime is fucking lit, man. It's really good. I highly recommend you guys check it out if you haven't seen it.
Now, is it one of those shows to where, like in retrospect, like, without that nostalgia, it's not as good, or like is it one of those things to where you could go back and watch today with no prior knowledge and enjoy it?
Oh no, I would be able to watch it today and definitely enjoy it. The one thing I'd say about Yu-Gi-Oh! Is it's definitely more kid friendly
Yeah.
Whereas like something like Dragon Ball Z obviously it's for kids as well, but it's definitely more of like an adult tone, especially when it's not, when you're not watching it on like Nickelodeon or something like that. When you're watching the Blu-rays, it's pretty intense. They say bastard, they say I'm gonna kill you, shit like that. But Yu-Gi-Oh, a lot of it is like very corny and like very friendshipy, and with the power of friendship we can win, Yu-Gi, like shit like that, you know what I mean? But I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm just like straight up child at heart, which I definitely am. It's just I always would enjoy Yu-Gi-Oh, because I can definitely see people taking my recommendation, going to watch Yu-Gi-Oh, and they're like, Vinny, I couldn't get into it. It just seemed way too childish. But there's a lot of great from Yu-Gi-Oh, a lot of great hype moments. I just love the premise of the Pharaoh. I love how Yugi can transform into a pharaoh. That is just so badass. Like, imagine if situations in your life where you felt too nervous or too shy to do something, and you could just transform into an ancient Egyptian pharaoh and be like, I got this, it's time. Like, that shit, that'd be amazing. At least that's what I used to think about when I used to watch it when I was a kid. I was like, yo, this is pretty lit, to be completely honest. It's fucking fantastic.
When it comes to anime, I'm kind of like, I get super into anime.
You watch a lot of anime, a lot more than I do.
Oh yeah, no, I get really into it. Like, I am an active Crunchyroll Premium subscriber.
I gotta be honest, I canceled my subscription after Dragon Ball Super ended. I gotta come clean.
Really?
You know why, dude? Because I love Crunchyroll, and I highly recommend it to anybody out there. Not sponsored by Crunchyroll, but they're just awesome. Yeah. I was only using Crunchyroll to watch Dragon Ball Super, and now that they're not releasing new episodes and I've seen them all already, I didn't feel the need to just pay that monthly fee,
Yeah, I mean, if you're not like watching anime, then it's not worth it.
Yeah, exactly. My problem with any TV shows in general, when I start watching something, I literally lose productivity in every other aspect of my life. Dude, like if I started watching Bleach, for example, that's an anime that people love. If I really got invested into that, first of all, you guys wouldn't be getting this podcast, you wouldn't be getting live streams, you wouldn't be getting verses. I would just be locked in my fucking room, in my bed, watching Remember when I was watching The Sopranos? You didn't hear from me for like 2 weeks at a time. I was straight up binging season after season after season.
When you were watching The Sopranos, that's all I heard about for like 3 weeks.
That show is... I need to get someone on the podcast that also loves The Sopranos so I can just talk about that with them for like 2 hours. The Sopranos is fucking amazing. It's literally amazing.
It was The Sopranos, and then it was also The Office that you just...
Yeah, The Office is incredible. And Parks and Rec. Those are like my 3 favorite shows of all time. Do you have favorite shows off the top of your head? Whether they're anime or not anime, what makes your duck quack, if you will?
I don't have like a definite list off the top of my head, but if we're talking about anime, I totally do. If we're talking about just shows in general, I don't. Shows in general though, Avatar: Last Airbender is definitely up there.
My friend Gabby, shout out to Gabby, loves Avatar. I've never given it a chance. I definitely got to give it a chance. I just know there's the really powerful kid with the arrow on his head. That's an airbender. Yeah. Aang, my boy. And I know there's that big ass alpaca that can like fly. That thing's pretty cool. And I know there's the girl that's a waterbender, and there's the guy with the burned face, and that's all I know pretty much.
Yeah, no, Avatar is freaking amazing.
And definitely the Fire Nation attacked. That's all I know.
Oh yeah, long ago the 4 nations lived together in harmony. Then everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked. Only the Avatar, master of all 4 elements, could stop them, but when the world needed him most, he vanished. What? Fuck, I fucked it up.
I was about to compliment your ass. I was about to be like, damn, son, it's like you got a script and then...
You see, I can usually do it by memory, but I fucked up. But my top anime, though, going back to anime, my favorite anime of all time is Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Now, is the Brotherhood a subsection of Fullmetal Alchemist, or is that just the entire title of the anime?
Fullmetal Alchemist was a show that was released in 2003, and then they released basically a revamped version of Fullmetal Alchemist. That's Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. So Brotherhood is like its own separate show, and it improved upon the original FMA.
I gotta watch this shit, man. I feel like me and you have similar tastes, so I feel like I would really enjoy it.
Oh, dude, you would love Brotherhood because honestly, I recommend it to anybody. It really is one of the best anime. Just the characters are amazing. The story is interesting as hell. There's a lot of shit that goes on. But yeah, up there, like I have a top 6. I basically right now I have 6 shows, 6 anime that I've given a perfect score.
Damn.
FMAB is my number 1, but then I also have on that list Assassination Classroom, Your Name, the movie, Toradora, Code Geass, and Gurren Lagann. Those are my top 6.
I literally have not seen a single clip from any of those things.
I recommend all of them.
A lot of people want me to watch Your Name. Apparently, that's like mind-blowingly good. It's sad though, right? I don't know if I'm ready for a good cry as of right now. Give me a couple days, maybe I'll be down for a cry. But right now, like I'm feeling pretty good, and I don't really want to cry.
Yeah, no. Part of the reason why Your Name is like in my top 6 is because after I watch it, I literally am in like a feelsy mood for like a week.
Yeah, like it's very somber.
Yeah, it's a feelsy movie. Same with Toradora. That's a really feelsy show that always hits me hard.
Speaking of being sad, isn't it weird? I don't know if you guys are like this, and Astroid, I don't know if you're like this either, but when I'm sad, I like to watch or listen to sad shit, and it makes me feel happy. Like, for example, you ever have a really shitty day and you just listen to sad music and it like helps you cope?
Yeah, I can kind of relate, yeah.
Music from the standpoint of like sad music, like not shitty music as in like it's bad music, but sad music. Like if you had a bad day and you listen to Bad Day,
yeah.
like, you know, like you listen to sad songs when you're sad and for some reason it makes you feel better. I don't know. It's like a weird psychological thing.
You see, I feel like I don't like prefer the sad songs, but I just feel like I'm not in the mood for a really upbeat, happy song.
Yeah, for sure.
So I just gravitate towards the opposite side of the spectrum.
Yeah, like if I watch a movie where I know I'm gonna cry, I gotta be in a somber mood already. Like I don't want to be like happy-go-lucky like I am now, like full endorphin rush from the podcast, going so well, like feeling great, and then after this I'm gonna watch fucking the movie where everybody dies and it's sad and the kid's left at the bus stop and then a bus hits him and then it's sad and everything's really sad. No, I wanna...
not Jimmy.
Don't bring up Jimmy.
I'm sorry. Oh wait, I thought we don't scream in the podcast. Ooh.
We had to do that there. That was just too good of a callback from the Soul Link. Yo, speaking of the Soul Link. But anyway, I want to wrap up that conversation before we continue. But yeah, like I want to watch something happy after this, you know?
Yeah.
It's bizarre. But yeah, okay, I guess we can wrap that up now. Anyway, I normally wouldn't cut the free open conversation speech so short, but we literally have like 225 tweets sent into us by the Twitter fam. So I was thinking we can just start reading through these and then we could start, you know, answering some Twitter questions. By the way, if you guys are not already following us on Twitter, my handle is @Vinny. Astroid's handle is @AstroidVideos. The links to both of those will be down below in the description. Follow us on Twitter because Twitter is the best space to interact with us other than the comment sections of our YouTube channels, honestly.
100%.
Twitter is fucking awesome, and we definitely want you guys to follow us on Twitter and also follow us on Instagram as well. I post on Instagram every day. Astroid, you've been posting a lot more on Instagram as well.
Yeah, I've been using Instagram more and more. I actually switched over and got rid of my private account, and now I just use the public one. And I'm almost at 2,000 followers, so hit me up. It's
Dude,
just Astroid
awesome.
Videos. Hit me up.
I love the shameless plug. Follow this man on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram, and let's keep the good vibes flowing. So the first question that I see on Twitter here. By the way, thank you guys again so much for all these questions. I don't know if we're gonna get to all of them, but I'm gonna try to read. I'm gonna try my best to read as many as possible. Maybe we'll try to keep our answers short and to the point, which is probably gonna be hard because me and this man both love to talk. I can't believe we've been recording this for over an hour already. Like literally, time flies when you're loving life, and I'm having a great time right now. First of all, also thank you for joining me in the this is the third episode. Thank you for joining me on the third episode, my dude.
Yeah, dude, anytime. I'm down.
All right, so first question comes to us from our friend Sean, aka Squirtle9110. And he said, why do y'all suck ass at Soul Links? Do you want me to answer this? Do you want to take it?
Sean, why do you suck ass at uploading?
Oh, shit! The roast on the podcast! I repeat, we need a medic! This man just got roasted! Listen, we lose Soul Links because of Astroid. Everybody knows that. Next question.
Wow. Okay.
No, but straight up, new Soul Link coming very soon.
Yeah.
You guys
definitely.
You guys are gonna be blown away. It's so fucking good.
Dude, right? It's gonna be fucking nuts.
It's gonna be so fucking fantastic.
Oh, dude, I might just cream my jeans.
Yo, next time I have you on the podcast, we should just go ASMR the entire time.
Dude, that'd probably get annoying after an hour, but I'm totally down.
1000% because I'm already annoyed. Next question comes to us from Mike, aka @SilentChariot. He said, what are your earliest Pokemon memories? I'll let you go first because I got to sit over here and think.
It's either like watching the VHS tapes of the old Pokemon episodes on repeat, or it's of getting Leaf Green. I honestly don't remember which came first. Yeah,
the line kind of gets a little bit blurred for me when I think about my first memories. it just, I keep thinking about my cousin because me and him used to play Pokemon Blue and Red all the time. And I remember I begged him for his copy of the game because he had all level 100s at the time and I didn't. And I just wanted that so bad. But yeah, I would say my earliest Pokemon memories spawn from me and my cousin just hanging out and playing the games. And a lot of people I feel like relate to that because Pokemon is such a universally loved game that you know someone in your life that also enjoys it that you could really connect with when it comes to that game. So that would be my earliest memory. Next question comes to us from @CoCooked, aka Cooklyn99. Is that a Brooklyn Nine-Nine reference? Because I fucking love that show. She said, which starter would you choose out of all of them if you could not choose Gen 1 Cyndaquil?
Rowlet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude, I love Rowlet.
Dude, that is awesome. I did not anticipate that answer.
You see, if I wasn't going to say Rowlet, I probably would have said like Mudkip. But Rowlet's just so adorable, man. He's like a little football. You could just punt him.
Rowlet's awesome. Next question comes to us from Remix Gamer, my boy.
Woo.
He said, who do you think is the hardest gym leader in your opinion? This is a really good question.
I feel like the generic answer is Whitney. But
oh shit, I wasn't even going to go down that route, but that is true. Whitney is tough.
I mean, I've had a lot of trouble with a lot of different gym leaders. It honestly just depends on the playthrough and it depends on the team I have. Like that's honestly the biggest factor.
I would probably
like it changes like playthrough to playthrough.
For sure. I would honestly say the most trouble I've had, I know this sounds crazy, but I would say Misty is really tough. I mean, if you don't pick Bulbasaur, Misty's really hard.
Yeah, because I mean, you're always rocking out with that Charmander, so.
If you have a Charmander, it's very difficult. And even if you have a Squirtle, because you can't get those super effective moves off on the Starmie and the Staryu, Misty was always a pretty challenging gym. That's a really good question. But you know what? I think, like Astroid said, it's a situational-based type question. So let us know who you think was the hardest gym. This question's really unique. I like this. From Chris Nichols, who said, if you could do a Soul Link with someone besides each other,
oh shit,
who would it be?
Oh, shit.
Before I even answer this, I would just say I wouldn't do a Soul Link with anybody else just because I feel like Soul Link for me and Astroid has evolved into something so huge, and I just feel like we would never have that same chemistry with anybody else, you know what I mean? Who knows, maybe one day when we're both done with every single game and every possible iteration of Pokemon that we could potentially do, who knows, maybe then we could do Soul Links with other people, but we've talked about this so many times, like we really do love to do Soul Links with each other, but if we had to pick one other person, who would you pick?
Well, yeah, no, I totally agree with you though. Like I wouldn't want to do a Soul Link with anybody else. Just because I don't know, I think our chemistry just works so well together, and we just
no doubt.
We have a system, you know,
for sure.
But if I had to choose, I mean, my first thought is Ryan, but Ryan would fuck that up so hard.
From all angles.
Yeah, he'd be like going in from multiple directions. But no, like shout out to Ryan first and foremost. He's a good dude. I respect him a lot. He's been killing it lately.
Oh my god, he has been killing it. King Corefish. Go subscribe to his channel if you guys aren't already. Oh, by the way, subscribe to Astroid too, which you guys probably all are already, but go subscribe to Astroid because he's awesome.
I make Pokemon content sometimes. But yeah, no, I would say Ryan just because he's like one of my best friends and we have a really good chemistry. But he's also very reckless and he's very adamant and he makes mistakes a lot.
Adamant nature raises attack. I already know.
So I'd be a little bit worried doing something as formal as a Soul Link with him. Like props to Dylan. That man. Oof.
Yeah, Dylan's got the patience of like I don't even know where to go with that reference, but he's got a lot of patience. That's what I'm trying to say.
Patience of an eagle.
He's got more patience than a doctor. Get it?
Oh shoot!
That was actually pretty clever. Go,
that was
Vinny.
Good. Yo,
so I'm gonna take a step out of the friend circle. And I would say Shady Penguin because Shady is one of the reasons why I even have a YouTube channel. And one of my favorite things to watch that Shady has made and still is doing to this day is the Soul Link with Nappy. And I would never want to break those two up because they are god tier what they do. But if in an alternate reality I could make a Soul Link with anybody, I'd be like, yo, Shady, you want to give this a try? Just because I feel like it would be really fun to work with someone that I admire so much.
Yeah, you see, I'd be a little bit like worried about
I'd be so fucking nervous, but you know what? Sometimes you perform better under nerves.
Yeah, like if I were to do a Soul Link with like some of the people that I idolize or a lot of the people that I really respect in the community, I feel like that would just like I wouldn't I wouldn't be able to commentate as well, and I'm literally just not really proving my point, but I'm just like kind of adding emphasis by the fact that I can't talk right now. But yeah, like it's weird because you have so much respect, and then you're trying to make it like it's just a lot of pressure, is what it is. 100%.
Yeah, no doubt. I think that would level out as you continue to make content with that person. But I definitely agree with what you're saying. I mean, when me and you sit down and record a Soul Link episode, we know exactly what makes each other laugh. We know exactly what to do. Whereas if you made a Soul Link with a content creator that you idolize, you might not make that joke there that you wanted to make, or you might not be as outgoing and as crazy. It could be a different version of you that you might not have anticipated originally. But that was a really good question, Chris. Thank you for that. Chris has another question. He said, "What is one dual type that we don't already have that you would want to see in the next gen?"
Fire grass.
I would say fire water. Do we have that already?
Yeah, Volcanion.
Fuck. All right.
But I don't think we have a fire grass type, and I'd be very interested.
What don't we have? What about electric fire? We have to have that, right?
Yeah, maybe.
I'm going to say electric fire because I can't think of a Pokemon off the top of my head that's electric fire, but I feel like electric fire would be dope.
Yeah, no, there's got to be an electric fire type Pokemon.
I'm
right?
literally Googling it right now because it's going to bother the shit out of me. Electric fire type Pokemon.
Real quick, just kind of adding more to the whole like collabing with other people idea. Just a little bit of a tip. Make sure, like, if you guys are going to collab with somebody, make sure there's a lot of chemistry.
Yeah.
I seriously think chemistry is like so important for collaborative series.
I mean, I say this all the time. You guys know I've stayed very consistent with this. I typically will not collab with someone unless I'm already friends with them. Only because that's not me being closed-minded, and that's not me, isolating myself from working with other people. I just feel the best content comes when you're friends with someone. I mean, look at me and Astroid. Look at me and Dobbs. Two of my best friends in the world. And we just, in my opinion, we just make amazing shit. Because you're literally just enjoying yourselves. You know how that person ticks. You just know what to do, especially when you get into a groove. And if you go back to me and your first Soul Link, Ruby and Sapphire, and you go to our current Soul Links, the improvements are insane. And we got closer as those series went on, Oh,
definitely. Like, if you go back to the first Soul Link, it's night and day. Like, we've gotten a lot. Just a lot better at, well, not only just commentating, but like the quality of the series has gotten so much better. Your
editing has gone from like really good to God tier. I mean, you're just straight up killing it. Listen, I got to give credit where credit is due. Next question is from Gloria. This is a really unique question. I think we could definitely dive deep into this. Yeah, there's no way we're getting through all 200 of these.
There's no way.
You guys are asking such great questions that we just can't answer with like quick responses, Yeah. She says, do you ever feel trapped doing just Pokemon content? I hope not, but I think it would be a good discussion. It's definitely a great discussion to get into.
I'm actually, that's one of my favorite things about our community. Just like all of our communities, is that it's super cool how you guys watch for us.
Yes.
And not for Pokemon. Like there are a lot of content creators out there who are locked into Pokemon.
Yeah.
And I'm so grateful that I'm able to stream like freaking. I streamed talking to my Google Home.
I know, dude.
And I had more people in that stream than like a shiny hunting stream. It's just cool that you guys support regardless of what we're doing.
I was talking to my friend Phil about this today. You guys know Phil. Shout out to Philly on Fit. Go subscribe to his channel. He's fucking awesome. Really good friend of mine that I actually met this semester in my drone class. He's fucking awesome. But I was talking to him about, I feel so blessed that a lot of you guys did subscribe to my channel because you just like me as a person, and it necessarily won't really matter what I'm playing, as long as you guys enjoy me for me and my personality and what I bring to the table. And that to me is the most rewarding, humbling, and satisfying thing in the world, because any game gets boring when you play it every single day of your life. You know what I mean? And I love Pokemon. I always will love Pokemon. But, there are times where I just want to play Mario, or I want to play Banjo-Kazooie, or I want to play, whatever the fuck it may be. And I'm just so fortunate that you guys are down to watch me play that other stuff on live stream, similar to what Astroid said. I honestly don't feel trapped to play Pokemon, but I really do feel lucky because of that, and I do feel grateful. And that's just a sentiment to how amazing you guys are. You know what I mean? Like, you guys, you shape the YouTube channel to a degree. I mean, what you want to see, if it's the same thing that I want to play, everybody's happy. And if I could stream, just sit here and talk to you guys, you know, and you guys are down for that, that's awesome, because maybe that day I didn't want to play a video game or whatever. It's just the more freedom that we have as creators, the better experience that we will all get as a whole. Because I tell people all the time when they ask for content advice, I just say, do something that you're passionate about. And for whatever reason, if one day someone loses passion with Pokemon, they want to venture off to other things, then do that, man. You know what I mean? You gotta do what you want to do. You know, you can't be shackled into one thing necessarily, because we're not, you know, one-dimensional people. We are people that love an assortment of different things. I mean, look at this podcast. We started talking about Pokemon, then we were talking about movies, anime. There's so much more to a person than just the game that they're playing. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, totally. And there's like, I don't know who brought this up, but I heard somewhere that you got to use your view, and you got to think of your view as a vote. Like, you guys vote on, like, you guys can shape the channel by viewing what you're interested, like, you know what I mean?
I get what you're saying.
Am I making any sense? Like, your view, what you click on is a vote online.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, if a creator sees that he's uploading Banjo-Kazooie when he was uploading Pokemon for 2 years straight, then he starts uploading Banjo, and Banjo performs just as well as the Pokemon stuff, he then knows, okay, they want to watch Banjo. Whereas if they start uploading Kirby and people are like, yo, I don't like Kirby, and Kirby doesn't do as well, that to them tells them, okay, they're not the majority of the fan base is not enjoying this right now. A, they can make two decisions. A, continue it even though they might not be getting as many views, or B, stop it and do something that the audience will definitely want to see. But I definitely think there's a healthy medium between all of this stuff. As a creator, you got to create, you got to be creative, you got to change shit up sometimes, you know? And that's why I love that I'm doing this podcast now, and I keep talking about how much I love this platform. It's just, this is just me talking about whatever I want to talk about, and I feel so fucking free with this type of platform that I'm finally so happy that Infinity War motivated me to start this fucking podcast. And that's really all I have to say about the topic. Anything else you want to say before we move on to the next question?
You know, it's cool that you guys support us the way you guys do. And,
for sure.
It's super cool that we're not locked into Pokemon. And even if you feel like you are locked into Pokemon, you got to find that balance. You got to mix things up. You got to find a good balance between catering to your audience and also
catering to yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Catering to yourself. You have to find that balance. You have to do what you're passionate about, and then also, you know, give the people what they want. It's kind of
a double-edged sword.
Yeah, it's like a double-edged sword, but it's super cool that you guys really dig us for us. So as long as we're in the video, it's you guys support it, which is cool.
Yeah, I remember you uploaded a video of you, like, dealing with a spider or some shit. It was like a stream highlight. The video got thousands of views. I'm like, that's what I'm talking about right there. You know what I mean? Like, that is so awesome.
Yeah, no, it was literally me for like 5 minutes just beating on this spider on stream.
Unbelievable. But yeah, again, if we just have to finalize those thoughts, we love you guys so much, and thank you for giving us the opportunity to do what we do. You guys are seriously so incredible. Next question comes from my boy, Vinny's Bastiodon, a.k.a. Ginger Lion Lurkin, my boy. He said, do you think the success of Pokemon would have happened if you remove any of the factors? For example, do you think the show would have survived without the card game, or would the handheld game survive without the card game?
Ooh.
Oh my god, that's such a fucking good question.
I don't think it would have been as successful, but I think it still would have been successful.
Yo, you guys, I mean, if you guys are younger, you don't even understand how fucking huge the card game was.
Oh, dude, like the card game.
It's still big now, but I feel like when it was first released on the scene, you could ask anyone in the world, Pokemon, do you know what Pokemon is? They would know what it is.
Yeah, no, it was the combination of the cards, the anime,
and the games.
And the
yeah,
games.
You're right. I mean, it was, I would say, to answer your question and be brief about it, I would say all of the factors played into the overall insane success that the company, I guess you could call it, the brand Pokemon, achieved, is because of all of the factors. I think if you took one factor away, it would definitely hurt substantially. I mean, it would still be successful. I think Pokemon would have always been a hit. I just think the way it played out really, really, really benefited it and gave it a lot of success.
Yeah, no, I completely agree.
Next question from Duke Gaming. He says, what is your guys' favorite Pokemon games outside of the main series? This includes spin-offs and ROM hacks. Pokemon Glaze. That's an easy answer for me.
Okay. My two favorite side games are Pokemon Conquest and Pokemon Battle Revolution.
I don't think I've played either of those.
Yeah, well, Battle Revolution is like the spiritual successor to Stadium. And that game was so cool, and it was such a big part of my childhood because you could take your Mons in Diamond and Pearl, and you could throw them up to the big screen. You could put them up on the Wii and then battle in Battle Revolution.
That's fucking hype.
So that was super, super cool. I did that with my brother all the time. And then Conquest was super cool because it was like, have you seen anything from Conquest?
I don't think I have. I'm thinking of the logo right now, and I'm pretty sure I'm thinking of the right logo. Let me look it up really quickly.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. I can't really visualize it. Pokemon.
Yeah,
Conquest.
Pokemon Conquest was super cool.
Yeah, I know what this is. I don't think I've ever played it, but I know what this is for sure.
Yeah, it's like
that guy on the cover's a badass, man. Look at that mustache.
Oh, are you looking at Nobunaga?
I don't know what the fuck his name is. Oh, Mewtwo's here too.
Yeah. So that game is freaking nuts. It's so cool how they were able to completely change. Like that's a game that's so unlike Pokemon. Like the gameplay is totally different, but it's cool because it's like an army style. Like you gotta lead your troops, and then you have all these different Pokemon you can use, and the region is super interesting. Like I really like that. I really like that game.
I definitely got to look into that. I mean, my answer, Pokemon Glaze. If you want me to expand upon that a little bit. If you guys have never played Pokemon Glaze, I highly recommend that you play it. It is so much fun. Brand new region, the Tunod region. It's a long game and it's a fun game. And I actually have a Let's Play of that on the channel if you want to check it out. Next question comes to us from Heart Girl, aka Danny. She said, if you could redo the typing of any Pokemon, what would your choices be? I would make Charizard a dragon type.
Ooh.
Dragon and fire.
Yeah, I was thinking it'd be cool to give Lapras the dragon type. Like that was the first thing that came to mind.
That would be clean.
But I don't know if I'd like that. I'd much rather just have like a Mega Lapras that's water dragon.
That would be so hype. Holy shit. I'm picturing that in my head, like a Lapras with wings and scales. Bro.
Dude, it'd be like a mix of Dragonair and Lapras.
I love Dragonair. Side note, I think Dragonair is such a... man, I wish Dragonair had better stats. Because Dragonair is so fucking sick. I like Dragonair's design better than Dragonite's. Is that even fair to say? Like, I think it's so sick.
Yeah, no, I agree.
You ever hear the theory that originally they were supposed to make it go Dratini, Dragonair, Gyarados, and Magikarp was supposed to evolve into Dragonite?
Yeah, no, I've heard of that.
That's the theory, right? I'm not mixing that up?
Yeah, no, that's totally right. And I can see where you'd get that theory, but I don't know if I totally buy into it.
You know how Magikarp has like the little spaghetti whiskers and Dragonite has those as ears? Like it just Magikarp looks like it would evolve into Dragonite more so than that two blue serpents evolving into a yellow dragon or an orange dragon, whatever color he is. It's a cool theory to think about for sure.
I think the biggest thing that shuts down that theory is I'm pretty sure they confirmed that like Magikarp and Gyarados they're based on this folklore. Yeah,
I know what you're talking about. The whole like waterfall thing and the
Yeah,
I know what you're saying. That is some badass lore though. The whole story, the whole concept of Magikarp, super weak, super shitty, evolving into a behemoth like Gyarados is fucking awesome.
Yeah, no, that's super cool.
Next question comes to us from I can't say your name. Demon. Please tell me I said that right. I really hope I said that right. He actually suggested that we do the Pokemon topic, even though we went off course a bunch of times. He said, what do you think of the new Nintendo Switch Pokemon game? So I guess he's asking, what do we think is going to be, what do we expect from the game, and what do we want to see from the game? I'll tell you one thing right now. I just really want to see open world Pokemon.
Yes.
I don't want to be locked into doing a certain thing. I want to just explore the fucking game. I want to be able to have my own gym. I want Pokemon to follow me again. There's a lot of exciting shit that I want like that I feel like they could do and utilize really well.
I think them jumping to the Switch is a really good opportunity to change up a lot of stuff.
It's going to be so awesome.
And like I love the Pokemon formula, but I think if they took the route of Zelda did, or the same route that Zelda did last year with Breath of the Wild, I would be so happy. Because Breath of the Wild is honestly one of my favorite games of all time at this point.
So fun.
Yeah, no, I absolutely love like the open world and just getting to explore it. If they did something like that, but obviously made it like the Pokemon world. And if they did it right, I think it'd be super cool. And I honestly, I don't really expect that from them, but I do expect Gen 8, and I do want to see Gen 8 when the Switch game comes out.
I think that's what we're gonna get, Gen 8. And I also would love to see Gen 1 remakes again for the Switch. Yeah. I would fucking lose my shit.
Do you want to know what I'm most excited about, though, with Pokemon moving over to the Switch?
Please, go on.
It's going to be so nice to have Pokemon not only in HD, but also, like, super easy to capture.
Yes.
Because now you won't need, like, a modded 3DS. You can literally just plug in an Elgato.
Yep. You're going to be able to just record it like any other console, which is going to be awesome for content creators out there. I literally can't wait for that. Next question comes to us from Gambler Alex. This is a really interesting question. He said, if you could add a type to Pokemon, what would you be? Mine would be the rubber type. That's fucking awesome.
The rubber type?
So he's saying, what would you add to be a new typing? Similar to fire, grass, water, whatever. He's saying rubber would be his new typing.
You see, when I think about a new typing, I try to think about like what they could do with it. And I feel like rubber is pretty niche. So I don't know. Game Freak is super creative. They could probably come up with a lot of stuff, but like, just for me personally, I feel like I could not think of many rubber Pokemon they could make. I don't know. I think like the idea of like sound type would be cool.
Sound type would be dope.
Yeah.
I had to let that sink in for like literally a second. Sound type would be dope.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think.
Really cool.
I'm being so quiet during this question because I'm just trying to think what typing I would do. Maybe like diamond type.
Diamond. Ooh. Well,
all kinds of Pokemon that were just straight up made of diamond.
That'd be kind of cool, but you see, I'm also trying to like think of something that's not too similar to what we already have. Like I was gonna say like light type, but we already have fairy and psychic, so it's kind of all in that same vein.
I'm really trying to think of like a good answer for this. I'm trying to think of a real. I mean, what about? I mean, we already have flying type, so I guess air type wouldn't work. And earth type would be like a similar thing. Just now, I'm thinking of like Avatar shit. That's a tough question. I'm going to have to think about that and get back to you, my dude. But let us know in the comments down below, what type would you want to add to the Pokemon games? Next question comes to us from Delta Leader Alex. Yo, you guys are asking some amazing questions, by the way. Yeah. He said, if you guys, or which type of gym leader would you be?
Ooh. I would be a water type gym leader.
Now, why do you say water? Please elaborate for the... Oh, Jesus, I just spilled... Oh, there's no water in here. We're good. I spilled a cup, but there was no water, so we survived.
Okay, good. Glad we're all right.
Everything is awesome.
Everything is awesome. Shout out to the Lego movie.
Yes.
So, I would do water because, obviously, I'd want Lapras as my mascot, and water's my favorite type more so than ice because I think the variety of water types and just the amount of water types is really cool.
A lot of variety, for sure.
Yeah, like there's so many different cool water types. Like water, there's so many options for it, and I feel like, and also just I'm more so a beach guy than like a freezing like icicle sphere, you know?
Facts. Well, you would definitely have a Lapras on your team. Fair to say.
Yeah, no, Lapras would be my ace, 100%.
That's clean.
And then I'd have like a Wailord on there because I love Wailord so much.
Wouldn't it be so cool if somehow Nintendo just took a bunch of top tier YouTubers in the Pokemon community and made them all gym leaders in Gen 8? Can you imagine if you had to battle Gym Leader Nappy? How fucking cool would that be? And his ace would be his mascot, hence the Gengar. Like, dude, it'd be so dope.
I would actually flip shit.
If I had to pick a type for my gym, I don't even have to think about it. It's fire type. I think fire types are the best typing. I don't know what it is. There's something about a raging fire that just gets me going. It's just the coolest type in my opinion. And my ace would most certainly be a Charizard. His name would be Oswald, and he would be fantastic. Next question's very cool, and I actually can't wait to dive into this. From Key D Chilean, hope I said that right, my dude. He said, why did you pick Pokemon to start your channel? So I'll speak first on this one. I started playing Pokemon first because at the time where I made my YouTube channel in 2014, February 16th to be exact, I was watching so many PokeTubers. My favorite PokeTuber at the time, still one of my favorite well, he's not really a PokeTuber anymore. I don't want to classify him as just a PokeTuber PokeTuber, but one of my favorite YouTubers at the time, and one of my favorite YouTubers now, Shady Penguin, like I mentioned earlier, I was watching his stuff, and he just inspired me so much that I was like, yo, I want to make my own Pokemon content. And Astroid actually didn't start with Pokemon, so you can take over now.
Well, I kind of did. I think my third video was a Pokemon video. But otherwise, your boy was a Minecraft tuber.
Dude, that is... Yo, you should bring back the Minecraft content. It'd be very nostalgic.
You know, actually, I kind of wanted to go back to it and just, like, stream it just for lols. Because I literally haven't touched the game in, like, 2 years. But, yeah, no, I was, like, 50% Minecraft, 50% Pokemon for, like, a good year of my channel. And what really inspired that was I used to watch content creators like Rage Gaming videos, which actually, that's how I got the videos part of my name from him. I also used to watch, like, I don't know if you know him, but his name was Atlas Wave, I think was his name.
I think you've brought that name up to me before, but I can't remember specifically.
He had a Feraligatr as his mascot.
Yeah, no, not ringing any bells. I remember you bringing up the name, though.
Yeah, and then also, like, Leroy. Really inspired me.
Oh my god, I love Leroy. Yes.
Yeah, no, Leroy was the OG.
Yeah, he had like he didn't even have layouts or anything, but he was so informative and he had like such a great sense of humor. Leroy was absolutely awesome.
Yeah, no, he was really good at what he did. So yeah, that all those like content creators, I used to watch them all the time. Like 6th grade me, and like 7th grade me, I was binging YouTube nonstop. So then towards the end of 7th grade, I was like, well, shoot, dude, let me just start. Let's just make a channel. Why not?
Yeah, you started a lot earlier than I did. I mean, we started roughly around the same time per se, but when it comes to the ages, I was a senior in high school and you were in 7th grade, you said?
Yeah, end of 7th grade.
That is crazy. Yeah, but we've both been doing it for 4 years now, which is absolutely insane. I've been doing it a little bit longer than you, but we started relatively around the same time, which is so fucking awesome.
Yeah, we both started, because I started May 2nd, 2014, and then you started like February 2014, right?
I legit just love that we both started. I mean, if we both didn't start, we wouldn't be friends to this day.
Yeah, no, I've met so many amazing people. Like, it's one of my favorite things about YouTube is just the amount of like amazing people I've met.
Yep.
You know, like I've literally met some of my best friends of all time.
And I know, I can't find a direct tweet right now that asks this question, but I know somebody asked it, how did you and Vinny become friends, or how did you and Astroid become friends? We actually became friends through Ryan. And the way we became friends is actually kind of a funny story. Are you able to tell it? Do you have a good memory on this story?
I have a...
Can you piece it together a bit for the people? Sum it up briefly and let them know what happened exactly that made us all become super good friends in the Vinny fan club.
Yeah, so I was friends with Ryan, right? I had like just kind of met him, and then I was introduced to Sean and Matt through Ryan. And then eventually he had introduced me to you, and he showed me your channel and that kind of stuff. And then me, Sean, Matt, and Ryan, we had the brilliant idea. If somebody had the brilliant idea of impersonating Vinny on Twitter and just annoying the fuck out of him. Yeah, no. So we just annoyed you. We just basically became Vinny and just like basically blew up your Twitter.
Yeah. So literally all of them, Matt, Sean, Ryan, and Astroid, made their default pictures me, made their names Vinny, and we all somehow ended up in a group chat, and I was like, yo, listen to me right now. You guys better change these pictures.
Dude, you literally made the group chat to reprimand us.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if I did it or it was just made. I don't remember who made it along the lines of that, but I guess, yeah, I made it and I invited them all in and I was like, yo, cut the shit. Change your pictures, change your names. And then literally from there, we just started talking more and more in this group chat and we all became very good friends. And to this day, we're all besties. The Vinny fan club, quote unquote, is me, Astroid, Ryan, Sean, and Matt. That is like the OG squad that we made friends with here on YouTube. And the craziest thing, I became friends with Ryan first because Ryan stumbled across my Pokemon Fire Red LP. You guys that have been on the channel for a while remember this. It was my first LP ever, and he left a comment, and he was like, yo, man, I can help with your thumbnails. And I was like, holy shit, here we go. So I contacted Ryan on Twitter. We started talking, and to this day, I never changed them. The thumbnails from Pokemon Fire Red LP, the first LP I ever did, if you go to my channel and you click oldest to newest, all those thumbnails Ryan made, and he hates that he made these thumbnails. He thinks they're so bad. I never changed them because I actually really love these thumbnails. So go check them out. Ryan made those, and he was my thumbnail guy before before anybody. He was my thumbnail
Yeah.
guy, and then we became great friends.
He was your OG GFX artist.
He really was. Back in the day, me and Ryan were working on some GFX together. But yeah, you guys are such awesome dudes, and I can't wait to have every single person on individually from the Vinny podcast, and then, from the Vinny fan club on the Vinny podcast, and then I want to have all you guys at once. It's going to be a shit show, but we're going to make it happen.
Oh, that'd be crazy, dude.
No doubt. Now, this question definitely is going to give a lot of discussion. I'm just going to go for it right now with my answer. Okay. From Shainama Anderson. She said, what is your reaction to people saying that Pokemon/anime is only for kids? So here's how I would attack that question. I would say, I don't necessarily think anything is quote unquote for kids. Like, you enjoy what you enjoy. And if somebody is going to make fun of you or talk down to you because you like something, then fuck them. Do what makes you happy. And no matter what it is that you like, as long as you're not hurting anybody and you're having fun and you're not hurting yourself, just, you like what you like. If you like Pokemon, don't be afraid to like Pokemon. If you like Yu-Gi-Oh, like Yu-Gi-Oh. If you like anime, whatever it is that you like and that you're passionate about and that you enjoy, don't let others affect the way you do things by giving a negative connotation, saying, oh, like, that's for kids. You're 17, you're playing Pokemon. You know what I mean? Like, don't even let that phase you. Just keep doing you. And that's not even just advice for just Pokemon. I'm talking about anything in your life that you may be attached to from your childhood that people might say, oh, well, that's for kids. Just fuck that shit. Do what you love and keep doing what you love, because at the end of the day, you got to make yourself happy. And that's all I'm going to say about the subject. And I just got fired up talking about that, but I think that was a good answer. What would you say about that?
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I mean, like, certain things, like, obviously companies have demographics and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, like, if you're having a good time doing it, like, who cares?
Yeah, exactly.
And like, I just want to throw out there, like, Pokemon, okay, I can kind of understand, like, the general population classifying it in the kid genre. All right, I can see that, because it is aimed, well, it's more so aimed for everyone, I feel, just because, like, if you look deeper into the game, there is some mature stuff in there. Yeah. Like, have you heard the Pokedex entries from Sun and Moon? Like,
which ones in particular? I know there's a bunch of Pokedex entries from all the games that are really, they're gritty, man. They're fucking gritty.
Yeah, no, Sun and Moon in particular had some really, really, really fucked up ones. But I think, like, with anime, though, especially, I would argue anime is the farthest from childish. Like, yeah, there's some, like, kid-oriented.
There's so much mature anime out there. It's insane. Yeah.
No, like, there's so much maturity in anime. Like, it's definitely not for kids at all. I mean, there's obviously some, like, there's some shows that are targeted for kids, but it's not like, the genre as a whole is so diverse. There's no way, like...
Yeah, I mean, my whole thing is, even if something is particularly marketed to kids, if you're older and you like it, who gives a shit? You know what I mean? Like, you got to do what's going to make you happy, that gives you that exciting feeling in your gut when you watch it, play it, do whatever, you know what I mean? And just don't... My biggest thing is just be confident in what you like and don't let others, get in the way of that. Just be who you are, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, 100%.
Speaking fucking the truth right now. I'm dropping knowledge. John Alizat, or Alzayat. I'm so badly reading last names, guys. I'm so sorry. He said, which is your least favorite Pokemon and why? I can answer that in 30 seconds or less. Plusle and Minun, I hate them fucking both. I think they're knockoff Pikachus. I hate them. They should have never been made. You know what? No, they should have been made so I can continue to kill them every time I fucking see them. What about you? Least favorite? I just got heated over here.
Okay, Vinny already knows this, and I'm sure a lot of you guys already know, but
I know
my least favorite mon is Torterra.
I don't get it. He's so cool. He really is.
You see, it honestly is more of like a personal thing, because I know we talked about Sean earlier, but literally me and Sean had this feud because, like, one of his favorite Pokemon is Torterra, and then my favorite Pokemon is Lapras, and we had this feud, and it just stuck with me, man.
It affected you. It affected you deeply, clearly.
Yeah, no, like, it's not even just the feud, though. Like, I do, like, I don't, if it weren't for that, I feel like I wouldn't hate them on. I don't really, like, I honestly, genuinely don't hate any Pokemon. I think they're all freaking great. But Torterra is just one of those mons to where, like, I have that feud with Sean, and then also, I'm just not the biggest fan of the Gen 4 starters as a whole.
Yeah, me too. I feel they're a little bit lackluster, if you will.
Yeah, well, just because, like, I can go through one by one. Like, Torterra, I already said I had that feud with Sean. Empoleon, I actually really like Empoleon. Infernape, though, Infernape, you see, I brought it up earlier in the podcast, but my brother's Infernape with the HMs, I literally,
yes.
I can't look at Infernape and not think about that.
Listen, that's the greatest Infernape set. You should bring that to a Pokemon tournament. You will slaughter everybody.
Dude, Worlds is going to be in Nashville next year. I'm bringing Infernape.
Yo, that is hype, yo. Yo, speaking of which, we could talk about this again or more in depth after the podcast, but I might be able to come to Nashville very soon with my cousin because she's going down to Nashville. So I was like, yo, can I come with you? And she was like, yeah. And we're going to talk about that more later on. But yeah, I might be able to come because my biggest thing with Nashville, I might be able to come, giggity. But my biggest thing with going on, trips to visit friends is I really don't like traveling, my dudes, on planes, and I don't like to travel alone. So if I can travel with my cousin, that would be awesome. So yeah, Astroid, we'll talk about that later. Remind me to bring that up. But next question comes to us from Crystal Strider, who said, what in y'all's opinion would be the tastiest Pokemon to eat? And I love this question. Thank you so much for this question. Honestly, I feel like any of the fish, because they would just taste like fish, right? Like a Goldeen would probably taste really good. Kingler? Are you kidding me? King crab legs in real life? If you got a Kingler crab leg,
dude,
that would taste amazing. Dip that shit in some butter. I would say Kingler. Kingler would be the tastiest.
My first thought was the what's the Pokemon called?
Miltank would be good too. That would be a nice fucking steak. Whitney's Miltank. Ooh, you get that shit at the Outback, boy. Ooh.
Dude, fry it up. But there's a cotton candy Pokemon from Gen 6.
Cotton candy. I'm on my missing cotton candy Pokemon. I'm looking it up.
I think it's Slurpuff.
Swirlix?
Oh yeah, Swirlix. Yeah, no, that's it.
Oh my god, he's so cute.
Dude, he's literally just a thing of cotton candy.
This is the first time I'm ever seeing this Pokemon. I want you to know that.
Yeah, I know. You got to play Gen 6, dude.
I love cotton candy, man. Oh, at block parties when they would have snow cones and cotton candy. Fuck.
Dude,
so good.
I wish this was Soul Link because I was literally about to go bwop and then have a picture on screen.
You know what's crazy? This is the first content that we're doing together that I am going to edit. Even though there's no editing. All I got to do is match up our audio so it's a fluid conversation, and that's it.
Wait, no, because we did the Wi-Fi battles that one time.
That is a fact. So yes, I have edited something before with me and you.
Yeah, no, you've edited a thing before.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, well, something about the picture, by the way, going back to the picture I was going to put up was, it's a picture of me at a cotton candy festival. And literally the cotton candy, it's on my Instagram, I'm pretty sure.
Yo, go follow this man on Instagram. What are you guys doing? Follow us both.
AstroidmaniaVideos, dude, hit me up.
Vinny, hit me up, dude.
But yeah, the cotton candy was literally twice the size of my head.
Damn, son. You got a really tiny head though.
I do, yeah.
Like a little baseball.
Yeah, it's more like a softball.
Facts. Next question comes to us from Gary Tabret. Love that name, my dude. He said, what would it be like to be inside of a Pokeball? Is it like a mansion, or are they asleep until they're needed? So my whole philosophy on this, I love this question so much, dude, by the way. Thank you so much. I feel like depending on what typing you are, it's the perfect environment for that type. So for example, if you were a Charmander, it would be literally a really cozy room with rugged carpet. Rugged carpet, that makes no sense. Carpet or rug, I don't know the difference between a carpet and a rug, but there's a rug, right? Very cozy for your feet.
Yeah.
There's a big ass fireplace. There's a big chair in front of the fireplace. It's super toasty in there, and the Charmander's just sitting there in a vest, nice robe, smoking a pipe with his tail, lighting the flame.
Oh shoot, talk about efficiency.
Yes, that's what it would be like. If it was a Squirtle, it would be like a fucking tropical beach, and he's swimming in the water, maybe a lazy river type of deal. Oh, you're a Bulbasaur? You're a Bulbasaur? You're in a motherfucking forest with other dinosaur-looking asses, all right? Except you're by yourself, because only one Pokemon can fit in one Pokeball. So that's
you're a Bulbasaur? Take this fucking tree.
Exactly, bro.
What
do you think?
You see, I like that idea, but I think, if we're talking legitimately, I feel like I like the idea of Pokemon just being energy.
Ooh.
Have you heard of that before? To where it's just literally when they go back into the ball, they're just particles.
That's pretty dark.
It's kind of dark, but I feel like, I don't know, because when you send them out, it's like a blue light, and then it forms into the Pokemon.
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying. It's just I feel like they should have an absolutely beautiful environment catered to their every whim.
I mean,
I don't think they should be floating in a never-ending cycle of nothingness. That's dark.
I mean, I don't know what like is canon. I don't even think there is like a canon answer.
Facts.
But I mean, sure, having like an environment catered to your needs sounds pretty nice. But
if you were a Pikachu, you could just be hanging out in a power plant where you always have efficient electricity around you. I could go on all day with typing. Normal type. You're just sitting in a completely white void, like that episode of SpongeBob where Squidward got sucked in, and there's one couch. There's one couch. Everything's very normal. You're just sitting on the couch.
I'm just imagining a fucking Bidoof just sitting there, like
just straight up behaving himself, waiting like at a doctor's office. This is normal. This is what normal people do. All right, this will be the last question, then we will wrap it up. From Frank Salesman, who said, "What pushes you to make awesome content?" By the way, love both of your vids. Well, first of all, Frank, thank you so much. Second of all, I think
my name.
You guys have the same name. It's like you're soul linked.
Oh my god, yo! Back to the question about who I'd soul link with.
It's Frank Salesman.
Yeah, you're on my list, dude. I got you.
But I think basically what Frank is asking, and what keeps us motivated, what makes us get out of bed in the morning to do what we do on a daily basis, I would just say, to keep it short, to keep it sweet, I love what I do. I feel like what I do has purpose. I don't want to get too deep on the Vinny podcast, but honestly, I feel like what I'm doing has a very positive effect on the people that watch, all of you guys. And when you guys send in messages telling me that, you know, you've been going through a rough time and my content has helped you in some way, that to me is the most rewarding thing ever. And I do feel a genuine responsibility to continue to make content and just, you know, be there for you guys and be that escape for you guys to feel better if you're going through rough times. And aside from that, I just love doing it. I'm having so much fun just sitting here talking to one of my best friends for an hour and 48 minutes straight about whatever the fuck we're talking about. You know what I mean? It's just fun to create content. I've always been a creative mind. I always will be a creative individual that just wants to make stuff, share stuff with other people, and meeting friends has been so rewarding. And just the overall YouTube experience for me, because I know a lot of people always ask, you know, what do you love most about YouTube? I love it all. I feel so blessed to be where I'm at, and hopefully it only goes up from here. Astroid, I'll let you have the closing thoughts, then we can wrap this up, my boy.
I totally agree. It's you guys' support, and it's also just like all the kind words you guys leave in chat or in the comment section or on Twitter or whatever else. It's super humbling to hear, and also it's just fun.
Yeah,
like
fun.
Like I have a good time commentating. I have a good time editing. It's just, and I love like having a creative outlet.
Yep.
For stuff, because I always have ideas and I want to put them out there for you guys to enjoy. So it is totally your support, and it is totally the kind words you leave and just the creative outlet, 100%.
And I say it all the time. I actually spoke about this in my last Mario Star Road live stream. It not only could help you guys, but it helps me keep a sane mind. Like when I'm having a shitty day, I love to make content to keep my mind busy, to just get my mind off the drama of everyday life and just focus in on something fun and just enjoy myself. And if any of you guys out there are considering making a YouTube channel and starting to make content and you're thinking about doing this, the best advice that I would give you, the one piece of advice I'll leave you with at the end of this podcast is just start now. Don't wait. Start now, start creating, and you will realize over time you will get better at your craft, and you will just love creating if you're a creative mind. Just fucking go for it. I had a professor come in to my drone class 2 days ago. On Wednesday, whenever Wednesday was. But on Wednesday, this guy came in, he was filling in for one of my professors that couldn't be there, and he said, if you're a creative mind, just do epic shit. Just start, don't wait. And that fucking stuck with me for the last couple of days. I'm like, you know what? That's right. Like, if you have a project that you want to do, don't wait till next week. Don't make excuses. Just fucking start that shit and do it epically. Do everything in your life at 100%, because one day you're going to be sitting down on a rocking chair, 85 years old, thinking, fuck, I wish I would have tried harder at that. I wish I would have went for that. I wish I would have put more effort into this. Just fucking go for it, man. And just start creating shit and start inspiring and start motivating others, because that's what makes the world a better place. I'll be here all week, ladies and gentlemen.
Dude.
Your thoughts, my friend.
That just got so real.
Dude. It's the Vinny podcast, baby. We talk about all things.
Oh, yeah. No, damn, that actually got really real.
Fuck yeah, man. No doubt.
But yeah, no, like 100%. If you have the passion to do it, if you have ideas, just go for it. And I mean, what's the worst that could happen? Just give it a shot.
Exactly.
Especially with YouTube, because like everyone starts from zero.
Yep.
And literally, when you're at that 0 point, you can do whatever you want.
You have a blank canvas to create whatever the fuck you want to create.
Yeah, just create whatever you want to create, and then if people, start noticing it, and if people enjoy the stuff that you are creating, then more power to you. Just keep doing what you want to do. Keep doing what you're passionate about. Be creative. Always be trying to improve. That's like the biggest tip I can give is just always try to improve your stuff and try to be original with whatever you're trying to do and be passionate about it. And that's honestly it.
I completely agree. And listen, this was absolutely a fucking blast to do. Dude, thank you so much for joining me on the podcast. And
Anytime,
guys, please leave your feedback in the comments down below. I read these podcasts. I read all comments on the channel as much as I can. With the podcast especially, I am like a hawk in the comment section. I'm responding back to you guys. I'm looking for feedback because I definitely want to know how to make the podcast better, and your feedback means the world to me. But this, in my opinion, was the best episode yet. I had an absolute blast talking to Astroid.
Aww.
No, dude, straight up. Thank you so much for joining me. Our chemistry really is impeccable. It's fucking amazing. No matter what we do.
I had an absolute blast. Thank you for having me on.
Guys, please go subscribe to Astroid's channel, his Twitter, his Instagram. All those links will be down below in the description. If you're new here, my name's Vinny. Subscribe to me. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, all that fun stuff. And new podcast episodes drop every Friday, by the way. And this one, thank goodness, will be going up on time because we recorded this on Thursday night to be safe. So that's going to be awesome. Astroid, if you have any final words, you can wrap it up, my boy. And we can finish this up.
Wait, question. Was this the longest podcast?
This was the longest podcast so far. Yeah, I mean, there's only been 3 episodes, but yes, this has been the longest podcast.
Because, dude, we're almost at 2 hours. That's fucking
nuts.
Nice.
It's fucking lit. But that's what I love, again, about that open format. There's no segments. It's just a 2-hour conversation that we had, and the people get to listen to it and share the experiences with us, which is fucking awesome.
Yeah, no, but just to wrap this up, thank you guys so much for your support. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for having me on, Vinny. This honestly was an absolute blast, and I'm down.
Thank you for joining me. Seriously, you're the best.
Like, I'm literally down to sit here and just talk about whatever anytime you need me.
Fuck yeah, man. You will definitely be back, 1,000%. For sure.
No, because I love just that we can just have these conversations, and our chemistry is really great, and we just work well together, and it just... I don't know. I miss talking to you, man. It's nice.
I miss you too. You make me cry over here, bro. But yo, Soul Link coming soon. This is going to motivate us to get the Soul Link going faster, by the way, because
dude,
this just went so well. I can't wait.
Talking to you for 2 hours straight makes me want to like have a Pokemon game. Well, I mean, yeah, have a Pokemon game in front of me, but like I'm kind of contradicting myself because I literally was just talking about how it's nice not to have a Pokemon game in front of me. But
I know. I completely get what you're saying. Also, guys, let us know in the comments, or let me know in the comments, who do you guys want me to have on the podcast next? What do you guys want me to talk about next? Let me know your overall thoughts on today's episode. Hope you guys have an amazing weekend. I love you guys so much. Astroid, I love you. Thank you for joining me, my friend. And with that being said, I'm going to do my outro. As always, love and respect goes out to everybody. Don't forget to comment, to rate, and to subscribe. This is Original 151. I love you guys, and I will see you guys next time.
Peace.